他说1点开始吧。我靠！他们说好像会有15分钟的延迟。我只想知道啊，公测什么时候啊？下一赛季的公测啊，看到就可以闪啦。没事没事，去拿杯饮料，慢慢来，慢慢来。哦啊，看得懂英文的帮忙翻译一下哦。应该他们我记得之前的讯息都是说会先那个 OB 啦，就是先那个公开测试啊，啊测试完之后就是正式赛季啊。呀，没有啊，就一个参与感嘛，对不对？应该不会哦，我记得他 OB 很快哦，他们 OB 好像1个礼拜而已哦。因为我有去看他之前的时间呐、之前的时间都差不多11月这个时候啊，就1年2季啊。半个月哦，半个月我就不确定了。我觉得应该不会久，因为你与其 OB 通常都是要抓bug有的没的，所以应该是 OB， 我觉得1个礼拜就差不多了。喂，作者嘞，时间快到了嘞。哦，没练没练没练，我去 DC 群看一下好了。哎，他们都没有考虑我们台湾这一边都是中老年人的玩家嘛，对不对？作者应该出现了哦，他把音乐关掉了。
All right, chat.
哎，有声音了，有声音了。
Volume a little bit. Been a minute since I streamed, so I don't know if it's gonna be loud, quiet.
好小声哦。
What this is gonna be? So you just have to let me know how this sound. What's going on? Project Diablo sold to Crafton. No, we're not sold to Crafton. I don't think Blizzard would like that. That'd be like the mobile version of the game. What the bro you not do for another 40 minutes at least? Really? I'm going back to bed then. Alright. Man said I gotta go to bed for 40 minutes.
啊，我把它转到最大声了。声音很小吗？
How you guys been though? Been a little second since I caught up. I can tell you guys are all fiending for a new season, aren't you? I've been getting a lot of messages lately. I can tell people are fiending. Usually after a couple months, my inbox starts blowing up, and lately people have been really blowing me up asking when the next season is.
哎，我以为他的见面会有画面，还是还是影像哎，结果没有。
Controller support. I wouldn't thank me. I'm not gonna lie, controller support was never something I personally prioed, but we got a lot of boomer gamers on the team who like to play controllers, so they were all about it, and they did a really good job. Come on, Kasi. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I figured a decent amount of people would enjoy controller support, but more people seem to have enjoyed controller support than I anticipated, I must admit. VR support announcement. The volume's low for me or the music or what? Raise the volume, man. I can't raise the volume.
请调低音量，我无法调高音量。
Should I put my mic to like 150%, chat? Is that what I gotta do? Or am I quiet? Do I gotta yell? Your volume is low. It's at 100% though. Kind of makes it a bit tricky when it's at 100%. You gotta swallow your mic, alright? You're gonna have to tip a little more if you want me to swallow the whole mic. It's a big mic. Volume's fine? Okay, cool. We'll just rock with this then. We'll just rock with this. Dark and Darker Season 12 confirmed. Actually, I don't think they're on Season 12. I think they're on like 7 or 8 or something. He's classy, guys. He doesn't swallow. Wow. How bold of you to assume. I'm just kidding. So I decided to take New World private server project on. I'm not gonna lie. New World looked like a failed project from day one. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. Like even when they were showing previews of New World, I knew that game was gonna fail. I don't know. It just always looked like a bad game, honestly.
我以为会有画面啊，结果没有啊。
But like based off public reception, I don't think I'm wrong. But you know, it is what it is, right? No Cramps with the T1, Gringer with the Prime. I appreciate everyone too that subbed in the intro. I guess I'm kind of a shit streamer and I didn't like thank you guys and all that. I appreciate you guys. I'm trying to remember what site my alerts are even on just now. Took me a second to remember.
他都讲见面会了，总该露个脸吧。
We announced Season 12 today, so we're not going to announce the date today, but we will announce the date on the next stream. Part of that is because I didn't get the thing together.
他是不是有回音啊？
5 gifted to Genetic Opera, Skyrain, Reflex TV, Mr. Futima, and Odesians. Appreciate you. And Ninba.
作者是不是有回音
King, what a name. E-Peen King.
我听到2句都一样
I
的。
gotta actually know how old your account is. How do you have the name E-Peen King? 2010. Okay, your account's old as fuck. Your account's legit old as fuck. That suddenly makes a lot of sense, actually. I'll give 10 subs if you drop the date today. No, we don't got a poster ready. But it'll be next. Alright. Waiting for the first $69 donation. It's not your first rodeo, eh? I'm like trying to find exactly where my dashboard. They won't. Like, do they change the way? Oh, okay, here we go. I'm trying to like find my recent events on my dashboard. Seconds is a mess of this. Alright, just give a shout out to the subs that subbed before I went live. It's Zillick, Save Drip, Golzar, Dozed, Nephilim72, Kaif Heartsort, Bilbo Carter, Jimanko, Doge D2, Rufu Evazon, Cramps. Oh, that was the recent one. I appreciate you guys. I think that's all the people that subbed when I wasn't here, so I appreciate you all. Big legends. Give Diablo a top hat. No, we're not doing that. Almighty Ox, yeah, I appreciate you, dude. And God damn it, Donut. Thank you a lot. Positive Carrot. Man, you guys are going crazy. Jope Ranger. I appreciate you guys. We're off in a second here. Just gonna chug a little water. Destruct, appreciate you. Bufu, Failboat. I'm just drinking a little water. I got a bit of a dry throat this morning. And I know I'm gonna have to do a lot of talking, so. Oh my god, that's loud. How do I turn that down? Oh my god, that's loud. I might actually have to take my headset off. I actually can't hear. Yo, Rufu, thanks for the 69. It's actually so loud. I have my headset off and I can hear it as if my headset's on. Is it that loud for you? I actually can't fucking hear. It's always been that loud? No, it's way too loud, dude. It's not always been that loud. I don't think I can wear my headset.
Make confused necro great again.
Every time Don drops that degenerate anime noise, talks about his eardrums being blown out. It's usually bad, but it's not usually that bad. That actually legit hurt my ears. Like, I'm actually gonna have to turn that down, but I'll do that. I'll do that for next stream. All right, chat. Rufu, I appreciate that. Let's get into the stream here. Fuck, that was loud though. I think my ears actually hurt. Yo, thanks again, Rufu. Oh shit. That was loud. Alright, chat. Let's do this. Yo, Zebra, what's going on, dude? More stalling, not enough people winning in chat? Alright, chat. Before we get into this as well, I will say, I'm just going to start with a precursor. This season in general, we're finally going to do a quote-unquote smaller patch, okay? I know we suck at doing that. And every season we say we're going to do a smaller patch. And it never ends up happening. But this time we're actually going to do it. Here, one sec, chat, actually. I gotta grab this one image real quick. I'll let you guys fight for a second here. Yeah, we're actually gonna do a smaller patch this time. For real, alright? As the youngins say, on God. For real, for real. Yo, no cap. Yeah, no cap. You know, it's funny when I worked in that studio in the Netherlands, like game studio. We worked with this British guy, and he's probably like in his 50s. And he was just a very older guy who didn't like know any of the lingo and stuff like that. And one of the young dudes that I worked with taught him to say for real, no cap. And with his fucking British accent and like how awkward he was, he sounded so funny saying it. It was so fucking funny. Okay, let me add this real quick. Six, 7, 6, 9. What is the 6, 7 thing? I've been seeing the youngins say that too. I heard it's like a rapper thing or something, but I don't know what the fuck that means. Gas kids 6, 7. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, man. I'm getting old, chat. I'm getting fucking old. All right, chat. Unk your chopped 6767. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. All right, chat. We're gonna do. I'm gonna make a little announcement. So for you guys who don't know, November 6th is the 5th year anniversary for PD2. It's fucking wild to say that, but it's been 5 years now that we've been running this. So on November 6th is gonna be year number 5. We're gonna do like a little community for fun stream. It's just gonna be something really casual. I don't want to do anything too official. I just kind of want to chill, and we'll probably just like do a little bit of feedback stuff. Maybe get some people to do some character showcases. We'll probably do a little battle royale with people in chat. And then lastly, we're going to do this thing on the stream that we haven't done before. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to raffle 5 people's names from chat. And the 5 people who are chosen will get to choose a unique item and a color. And that item will have a super rare chance to drop as the 5-year anniversary color. And Erlen may or may not make a couple artistic flares to that aesthetic. So if you choose, whatever you choose, you will be the decider of the 5-year anniversary edition version that has a rare chance to drop. So here's some colors on screen. Yeah, kind of like shiny items was the inspiration, right? So the inspiration was kind of like a shiny item, right? But it's going to be the 5th year anniversary edition. You will get to choose any item in the game, any legendary, or any unique, sorry. And again, you'll choose the color. And then Erlen will go and make that colored version of it. And you'll kind of get to make your mark. So if you want to be part of that, make sure that you check out on November 6th. We're trying to decide exactly how we're going to do it, because we are going to do the raffle on stream. But we're thinking we might do it through like a Google Doc, so we can post on Discord as well for people that like can't access the link immediately or whatever. We're kind of deciding how we'll do it. So you'll still have to be in the stream or around so that you can like accept it. Otherwise, we'll probably re-roll if you're not there. So make sure if you want to be part of that raffle, you're kind of paying attention on November 6th. And pop by the stream and join the raffle and yada yada yada. Watch someone choose no color. You could choose no color. I mean, the thing is, right? If the item is normally purple and you like no color, you could choose no color. That's up to you, right? That's up to you. Hypodon, Bernie Ben, I appreciate the subs, thank you. Zeus13, Demirlo, yeah, appreciate you. And Minerva, thank you. I'm sure I'm missing some people too, I apologize. Heroes no color, yeah, so exactly. So again, we'll be drawing one person for each year PD2's been out. PD2's been out for 5 years, so we're gonna pick 5 people And again, there will be 5 anniversary edition color variants of the item. You will get to choose what unique and what color. So you can choose any unique in the game. You can choose any color I'm showing here. And then that item will have a very rare chance to drop as that color. So it'll be kind of a cool little thing, right? It'll be interesting to see. Again, that's going to happen on November 6th on the 5-year anniversary stream. So I think it'll be a cool little fun community event, right? And it'll be kind of, you know, the people who win will kind of get to feel like they left their mark on the game, you know? So it'll be kind of cool. So Shadow, appreciate the Prime. Did they also get one of those items in that color? We were thinking about giving them one, but it would be a non-ladder. So if they don't mind taking a non-ladder one, then yeah. Well, we haven't really decided that, so no promises yet. That's still kind of like a tentative thing we were talking about internally, what we want, if we do want to do that or what. But can we choose a color for Rings Amulet? Does it change the skin? I don't think we're gonna do Rings or Amulet, no. It'll have to be like a non-accessory unique. No color stone of Jordan, yeah. That'd be a bit troll. Alright, chat. So with that in mind, we're gonna hop into the stream here. Hopefully that's exciting for you guys and a little bit of fun though. I think it'll be a cool little fun event. We haven't really done something like that previously, so. Sets also? Yeah, I suppose you could pick a set if you want to do a set. So Joe was right, we're getting transmogs in season 12. Not quite. But we are getting, again, five anniversary edition items. So there will be 5 anniversary edition items. And yeah, it'll just be kind of a neat thing. I think it'll be a neat little thing. Yeah, now I think about it, a lot of the sets are like all one color, so maybe we won't do sets. I think we'll probably just do uniques. Sets is a bit weird now I think about it, because like Mavs is all white, for example. It'd be weird if the whole set just kind of changed. So we'll probably just do uniques. Now I'm thinking about it. What if 5 people each picked an item of a set? If they somehow coordinated that, then maybe, then sure, you know. I mean, what about a rainbow facet? No, okay, no, not rainbow facet. Like an actual item, like a non-accessory. You know. Yo, 3moth, what's going on? Yo, Chav, you don't know? 3moth just recently hit the big 4-0. We all wish 3moth a happy birthday. Guy's a legend of the community as well. Make sure you go by his stream and drop him a Twitch Prime. Man's grinding PD2, even this deep in the season. Alright. That's enough chit-chat. Let's hop in here. Let's hop in here. Let's get to it. Got my audio back on my game. Gander with the Prime and Wappinator. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Alright. I'm gonna move my alert a little bit too here, actually. We'll put my alerts in the corner. They're kind of out of the way. Something like that. Alright, again, chat. I always say this. Well, I don't always say this. I sometimes say this. Sometimes I forget. But remember, all content is work in progress, subject We'll start with a pretty cool change as a starter. So one of the changes that we're gonna be making in the upcoming season is that Blizzard now applies AoE damage whenever the missiles hit the floor. So if you kind of look at Blizzard, you kind of notice it always has made these little circles when it hits the ground, right? The AoE that it makes is roughly equivalent to those circles. So maybe a bit more, a bit less, give or take, right? But it's roughly somewhat like that. So instead of it being kind of feeling like you're attacking with a piece of paper that it's falling from the sky, it actually feels like it's doing impacts on hit. So I'll kind of show you in a second here. I'm gonna put on God mode so I don't have to worry about my HP because I'm lazy. But you can kind of see it much more consistently hits things now, right? And that's because instead of like it worked previously, where it kind of feels like it's landing with like paper, it's now actually doing AoE damage on impact. So it feels way more consistent than it used to feel. It actually just feels like the monsters get hit instead of previously where it kind of felt like they're running through it most of the time. So it makes a pretty big difference in gameplay. That guy's cold immune. And it's very, very noticeable. Like, it's very, very noticeable. I was doing some mapping with it, and it feels really good mapping now. So, pretty big buff for Blizzard. That's a huge buff to the Ancestral Boss Poggies. Yeah, I'll probably have to double check. But right now, the way it's set up, yeah, Melkeku. The way it's set up right now, the bosses shouldn't be benefiting from that. They shouldn't have the AoE. So the AoE should only affect players currently. It won't affect random mobs or monsters that cast on you. The mobs will still have old Blizzard hitbox. Players will have new Blizzard hitbox. Unless we decide to change that, right? It's possible we change that. But who knows? We'll see. A3 Merc Blizzard? Yeah, A3 Merc Blizzard will also give the buff / change to. Crude arrows, Keck. I was kind of wondering if you guys might notice that. One sec, chat. It buffs the principality. Alright, one sec. Alright, chat, so obviously I dropped some unique arrows you saw. The cat's out of the bag. It's fine, I was about to jump into that anyways. So we're doing a rework to arrows. We are doing a little bit of a rework to arrows. So arrows are now getting normal, exceptional, and elite versions. Shouldn't have gone in with so much MF lol, yeah. So arrows and bolts are now getting normal, exceptional, and elite versions. So we're doing a little bit of a rework on how they function. So they will be upgradable, like other bases are. We're removing the Fizz Pierce from crossbows, and that's getting migrated onto bolts. So bolts will now have 2% fizz pierce, 4%, and 6%, instead of the fizz pierce being local to the crossbows. So that'll be kind of a little difference there. And again, these are all tentative values. They may change or not, but arrows will have 2 max damage, 10 max damage, and 18 max damage based on the bases, right? So this will also kind of help a little bit with progressionals on, because they'll get a little bit more like consistent damage out of their arrows, right? Which will help a little bit with leveling if you want to level as a boson or whatever, right? There's a little neat one there. I think it'll be a healthy change in general, right? Obviously, we've also changed the naming conventions. Previously, all arrows were called arrows, right? Now, the normal arrows will be called crude arrows. The exceptional are called sharp arrows, and the elite arrows are called razor arrows. We also have the light bolts, heavy bolts, and we have the war bolts. Fine, I'll play a wind force again. So, there's going to be several changes we're going to talk about with arrows on this stream in general. It's going to be a lot of arrow talk this stream. Will some of the arrows get unique art? Some of them will get unique art, yeah. We don't have a lot of unique art done currently, and some of them won't get unique art. Some will be recolors, because there's obviously going to be a lot of new unique arrows, so that means a lot of art. But yeah, some of them will get unique arrows, yeah. It's an Amazon season. Does it mean I need to start picking up arrows? I mean, that's up to you, right? Isn't crude a mod on white weapons? Will crude arrows be a thing? Yeah, technically, that would be a thing. Yeah. Oh, you're thinking of cruel, right? Is crude a mod? I actually don't know. I'd have to double check. I'm gonna be honest with you. Off the top of my head, I feel like it's not. So can we craft arrows? We are going to enable crafting arrows, correct? Yeah, I don't have it done yet, so we're going to talk about that on the next stream. But you will be able to craft arrows in the upcoming season. Yes. You will, yes. Something else that's kind of neat as well. Do Expos still have implicit minus fizz res? No, the minus fizz res on crossbows is being migrated to war bolts. Once again, just going to repeat that one more time. So minus fizz res is being removed from crossbows and put onto bolts going forward. Yeah. This was supposed to be a small patch. It's going to be a small patch for our standards, okay? Okay, something else I guess we could show real quick. Oops. Wrong code. Something else we can show real quick is that arrows now also get the color palettes from mods as well. So if you're someone that likes items getting different colors from different affixes, the affix colors will now be enabled on arrows as well. So you can get green arrows, red arrows, whatever you want to do kind of thing, right? So there's going to be different arrow colors going forward, which will be kind of interesting and cool. It's nice seeing some cool different color arrows, right? Yo, DXX, appreciate you. So it's still bigger than a D4 new season patch. Does D4 do big seasons? I haven't followed D4 at all. I have no idea how big their patches are. I would assume they have pretty big content patches, but I have no idea how big they is. Will this be visible on the projectiles? No, it doesn't change the projectile colors. No. It won't, no. It only is the inventory aesthetic. So something else we could talk about as well that is also obviously a big change to arrows is that arrows can now get, yes, that's right, sockets. So arrows again will have multiple bases with normal, exceptional, elite. They will be craftable. And they can have up to 2 sockets. Now, I know a lot of you are saying, well, multi-shot's already so insane. Fizzbozon is going to get fucking out of control. So one thing we are going to do to offset some of this power creep is that Visceral mod, which is the highest tier ED mod, is going to be removed from bows now. Which will also mean that unique bows are technically going up in power level comparatively to rares and crafts, which will make them more relevant. So that will make it so that things like Wind Force are more on the menu than they were previously. Crafts are still going to be really good, etc. But now you're going to get some free damage on your arrows. You're going to get 2 sockets. You're going to get some things like that, right? So it will scale the LE bows. It's going to be a little bit more power creep on the LE bow side of things than it is going to be on the Fizz. But it'll be kind of a mix, right? So I think it'll be a nice change, right? It'll also mean that when you're crafting bows, it's technically easier to get that good bow you want when you craft, because you're no longer chasing this really rare mod, right? So there's going to be kind of a nice mix of things, right? Again, crafted bows will still be giga strong, right? But they're not going to be like... Crafted bows aren't going to be like blowing everything out of the water kind of thing, right? Like they have been previously. They'll be more like they're percentage better as opposed to like hands down better kind of thing, right? Why would you want Eth arrows when they don't have a base stat? Yeah, that's true. Yeah, there's no reason to have Eth arrows. They wouldn't do anything. For Purgatory. Oh, you want it specifically for Purgatory. That's kind of funny. That's kind of funny. Yo, Lucky Luke 318 with the T1. Appreciate that. What are arrows for runes? Would ohms give ED? So they function the same as shields, effectively. So it's
不是院长功要飞天的啦！我觉得亚马在速刷已经够强了，现在又来这个，又给你2栋。
The 2 times, so you could get 2 times 40-15 jewels into arrows now. Yeah, you could. You could theoretically get 2 times 40-15.
他是不是意图准备使亚马可以去打那个地图网啊，不是那个尾王那3只啊，那4只尾王。
Can we do rhyme on a quiver? So
因为你弓马要去打的话不好打，都要转那个戳马。
Add some rune words for quivers and bolts yet? I have not reviewed what I want to do specifically with that yet, so that's kind of something that I'm gonna figure out between now and next week. But there are going to be some rune words for arrows and bolts in the next season. Yes, correct. I don't know if I'm gonna add any of the current rune words or if they're only gonna be completely new ones. Again, I still have to kind of review the current ones. It's not something I've done yet and decide what makes sense. But there will be at least some new ones.
你看他这个有3到18的大伤
XS1990 with the 5 gifted. I appreciate it.
然后41滴
Appreciate you.
啊什么回
When the season
吸
released, did you
魔
mention it? No, we're gonna reveal it on the next stream.
25%的那什么那个我不知道
holding your breath, then,
魔法伤害啊
that will be on the next stream.
5点的魔法伤害
Make something cool for non-Amazon bow / crossbow.
然后你又有2栋啊，你2栋你要塞其他东西
Non-Amazon
哎
bow
等等
/ crossbow users. Are you saying like
它2栋这个应该是武器的效果吧
Oh, or like meme builds and stuff too. You mean?
如果是武器给2栋那很强呢
Like bow barb and like venom sin, bow venom sin, and like bow sork. You're saying like that type of stuff. Sork and pally. Well, you know what? We might have some stuff for you today.
哎呀这有意图使人玩亚马了啊
Can quivers be corrupted for 3 sockets? No, 2 sockets is the cap on quivers. November 6th stream will announce a date then? No, it'll be the Saturday stream. The November 6th stream is just going to be a community event stream. It's going to be very casual, just very fun. We're just going to kind of mess around. It's going to be a very casual stream. So again, the November 6th stream won't have any new PD2 dev content. It's just going to strictly be
没有啊，
a
你
fun
可以
event.
塞其他
We're
东
also
西
going
啊。
to raffle out 5 people's names from that stream. And
你光
those
是
5
2个
people will
15
get a
大
pick
伤下去，你看那个
unique
伤害会差
and
多
a
少？
color that they want to have that unique have a rare chance to drop as. So let's just say, for example, you choose purple Shaco. Then Shaco in all the future seasons will have a very rare chance to drop as purple, which is the 5-year anniversary edition that you chose.
哎，有人问是2025还是2026？我看一下，
It'll be a fun little thing.
应该不可能是2026
So
吧？
again, if you want to join that raffle, make sure you're around for November 6th. I think that'll be a fun little thing. Arrows and quivers didn't have crushing blow earlier, did they? They did, yeah, in previous seasons. We haven't affected the affix pool yet, sir, so far. You have to be allowed in the Discord to win? No, are you banned from the Discord, Real John? Tardy Explorer with the Prime. If you're banned from the game, then no, you're not going to be allowed to win. You got to be able to log into the game.
我比较想看职业平衡啊。我干嘛呀？有人问野蛮人。
If we all agree 5 different people choose Shaco,
你们什么时候加强近战职业？野蛮人还是太弱了。
If 2 people pick the same item, the way we've decided to is
屁啦，野蛮人哪里有太弱？
priority on a
他是
unique will
造
be
价比较
based
贵，
on
但
order
没有到很
draw.
弱啊。
So if 2 people pick Shaco, the person whose name was drawn first gets priority pick. That's the way we're going to do it in order to ensure that we get 5 different items. So if you're first up gets first choice, second up gets second choice, etc., 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 right? And then we're going to roll down the line until we have 5 of them. So it's like a shiny Pokemon. Yeah, that was the inspiration, was a shiny Pokemon. Yeah. Internally, we were originally calling it shinies. We're not going to call it that publicly because they're not a shiny. It's an alternate skin. I don't know what we're
哎，有人问中文话。
just calling it the anniversary edition. But yeah, that is indeed the intent. That is indeed the intent.
那这个没有作者的即时字幕哎，你要用听的，有点硬啊。
All right, chat. Before we hop into the uniques, I guess we could talk about a couple things as well. Lengthy Tugboat, appreciate the prime. Did you get their name on it? Blue name Shaco? Nah, it'll just be an alternate skin. But we will announce the people. We will announce the
上次
people who
毕大不
chose
是
it
有
as
问
part
过
of
了，
like
他
the
说那
resolution
个
thing. Will be like, these are the 5
会有
things that
问
were
题的啊。
chosen. This was
他
chosen
说那
by
个
so
城
and
市
so. This
会有
was
问
chosen by
题
so
啊，
and so. So we will make a public
就是会
announcement.
被害还是什么的，忘记了。他改那
And
个
in the
东西
patch
的
notes, we'll
话，
also say like, we'll also give a little like, you know, so and so chose this in the patch.
看这个
notes,
时候
right?
B 大
So
怎么
your
没
name
开
will be
台？
in
应
the
该去
patch
听
notes,
B 大讲啊。
and in the announcement, and so people will publicly know that you chose that color. Unless of
还
course.
是他
you
明天
don't
就会
want
做一
it.
个范例的了。
Yeah. That's your own choice, right? You can say that. Laugh aloud if they just fry you for what you picked.
Oh.
I don't think anyone's gonna do that. LDAB.
那叫阿慈上啊，对不对？
Yeah, get those primes in, guys. All right, subbing normally is expensive these
狼得
days,
拿弓，
and kind of a scam that Twitch takes half.
狼得拿
Those
弓，
primes,
拿到狼
gotta milk
弓。
those primes, you know. Gotta milk those primes.
我记得
Is the P2 trade
它
gonna get a
可以
filter
用
for like
防
anniversary
护吗？
color items? Yeah, we'll have to figure out how we're gonna do that exactly, but we'll try to figure out something. I'm sure there's a way we could do that actually. Now I think about it.
我没有测试，
I
我
think
之
I
前
have
测
something
试
in mind. I'll
熊
have to
的，
talk to the rest of the team, but I think I know a way we can do that.
熊德你变熊
I
打
don't
那
have
个
Prime,
命
you
中
didn't
是
notice
完全
me.
不能看的。
Sin01, I'm sorry for not noticing you. You've been noticed. Thank you so
狼德
much.
可能可以哦。
Sorry if I missed some people's subs. I'm trying to do both at once.
要看他能不能用
I'm
狂
not
怒
gonna
那个
get
技
super
能，
into
如果可以
it.
用的话就可以。
Undid with the Prime Danger owner. Prime Time Danny, appreciate you. JRV with the Prime, thank you. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Yeah, you gotta cut me a little slack. I'm a watch streamer, you know.
哦，一堆人订阅普利密呢。
Smaller as well, just so it's kind of not covering my inventory there. There we go. Oh, y'all are going crazy with the primes. You guys know you got to use these every month manually, right? Kobe Chief, King Cole, I Stop Click, Botillery, Smuggler, Oaksanya, Remix, Carbon, The Nick. You guys all just have Prime sitting around? Drain Dead, Bromski.
合理啦，他们也要有收入啊。
You guys gotta use those every month. You gotta take Amazon's money. You know these motherfuckers are taking over the planet, right? At least lower the money for their investors a little bit on the.
对，哪有人在要求人家做免钱的
Dallas McGinnis, Austin.
家里又没有矿。
Appreciate you. 404, the Sun Demon. Holy shit. Then you gotta stream every month. I mean, you can give it to other people too. There's other streamers. There's a lot better streamers than me. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I'm not even a streamer.
We love PD2, bro.
A washed previous streamer. Illumi,
这句我看得懂，这句我看得懂。
Yes. Plug. Party Time. Zach Never Zach. Shentu, Woder, OG Cronus. I have never seen this many primes on my stream. Righteous Jam, Tessa Tickles, Alpha fucking goddamn. What is this, like a fucking Kai Sanat stream or something? Someone that gets a lot of primes? God damn, that's a lot of primes. John Ball.
哎，被冷电嘛呢？被冷电他这个消息。
Somebody spends all his coding time watching slots category. Yo, listen, okay? Just because I like to watch slots while I work on PD2 does not mean anything. The whole, you got to think about it this way, right? Diablo
一个小时就只有这么一点点消息，这不太好啊，这节奏不对啊。
Very cozy, X Dogs, the head cow, Christian to the max. Ola Blempty and Ashira, appreciate you. You gotta think of it, right? The whole concept of Diablo is based around that. We also know you like Dark and Darker. Yeah, pretty much the only streams I watch these days, honestly, are Dark and Darker and slot streams. That's usually my go-to for background noise.
不可能啊，不可能只有这样啊。
All right. So let's talk about a couple more things.
我去看他之前改版的内容。
You guys are crazy. So something else that we've had, we actually had people bring this up in the past, and one of these changes was something I kind of wanted to do for a while, but just kind of never got around to it. But we are going to make it so the Anya map reward in Hell, instead of giving 1 tier 1 map, it's now going to give 3 tier 1 maps.
你看他之前改版的还有装备。
When you get that one map and you just get really unlucky RNG and you don't get just any sustain off that one map. So it'll be 3 maps instead of 1.
还有
So yeah, that'll kind of give you like a little bit more of a map start off the top, right? I know it's kind of a small change, but I think it's kind of big at the same time. OMG, it's the Claw with the Prime, appreciate you. Vicious Ling with the Prime, appreciate you. Actually massive. It seems small, but it's actually massive. Yeah, it's one of
亚马托是有改。
An 8-player group, 24 maps, let's go. Yeah, you would get 24. I don't know what that link is, but I'm just going to ban you because you're posting weird shit in my stream, and I don't know how that even went through.
对啊，不可能只有这样啊。
So that's a ban. Like for the quest reward, different maps? Correct, yeah. So when you complete the Anya quest, and she typically gives you 1 tier 1 map, you would now get 3 tier 1 maps. Yeah, that is correct. Is it 1 of each tier? No, there'll be 3 tier 1 maps to help you get started on your mapping journey. And Tanu with the Prime. So another change we're going to make to couple with that as well is that we're going to make it so that the corrupted zones also have a
亚马逊战士是否有可能影响安雅给他的武器？
So previously we had people go, well, you
他
know,
是
I want
意思是
some maps and LOD
买装
content.
备你啊，他要
They're not
做
dropping
工
that
哦。
much in LOD content. We're going to make the corrupted zones have a bit higher chance. So if in the odd chance that you do somehow go through all 3 of those Anya maps, you can still default back to the corrupted ones. Or the corrupted zones as well, right? Villains with the T1. Appreciate you. I'm waiting for an Atlas tree. I think that'd be really cool. It's just a lot of work. Some type of Atlas system would be cool, though. Man, I missed so much already. It's okay. We'll do a recap at the end of the stream as well.
他现在是问答
Recap at the end.
不是说发布会啊，11月6号才是问答吗？怎么现在一直在问答？
Give me 1 second, Chad. I gotta refill my water.
哦，谁这么好，送一堆订阅？
My app meter's off the charts right now. What the fuck? I go to get water for 2 seconds and Undid drops 10 gifted subs to Rotus, Seajoss, Fen, Acurillo, You Mad Guy, Angelo Newcomb, SZ Key. I can't even say it now, I give up. Al Capone, Sikolos, and Gund. Appreciate you. Thank you. Appreciate you. Dodge easy. Yeah, Joe Grizzly, appreciate you as well. Thank you.
耶稣诞辰纪念日不可能吧？耶稣诞辰纪念日是哪一天啊？
It's Gooden, not Goond. I'm gonna be honest. I actually read Gooden and I just said Goond anyway as a joke. sorry, I butchered your name on purpose. My bad. Remember when you were about to show us nice shit? Good times.
传统上这是一个天赋树，玩家可以填充。使地图增加额外的内容。
Thanks for the 69 dono earlier.
进而影响特定事件或怪物密度。哟，还要做不会做语图强化系统吧？我觉得不可能12月25，我觉得不可能，那个太久了。
All right, chat. We'll hop into some stuff here. We're gonna go through. So a lot of the stream is gonna be going over the new unique arrows and quivers. It's probably gonna be like the primary portion of the stream, which we're about to hop into. We got a couple. We kind of went through a lot of things. We got a couple other things. One big thing and a couple of smaller things. But again, a lot of this is gonna be going through the unique arrows and bolts that we've added for the stream. Bow builds. ... That's right. That's right.
他要换画面了，太感动了。
We'll kind of go back and forth, I guess. We'll go back and forth. We'll do an arrow, we'll do a bolt, we'll do an arrow, we'll do a bolt, and we'll go back and forth, you know?
暗金的剑带
GL Juicy J with the 5 gifted. Appreciate you. VGZ.
那个是暗金色的吧
Juanjo, Comical Flip, and NHL. Appreciate you. Imagine if that red one isn't a fire unique. Well, it's a rare, so it's not a fire unique.
对吧？这个颜色应该是暗金的，我没看错吧
You know, I'll just go. I don't really want that, so we'll just do this.
完蛋啦！意图使人玩娘马。
Yeah, you got scammed. Alright, we want something like this. RID. Yeah, I don't actually want the Rathma book. I thought about it, but I don't want to ID all, so. I need a little more control than that. Almanac or Riot.
那等于它肩带也会有普通、进阶啊跟
arrow. So this is Balefire.
跟精英的
level 14 arrow.
火焰伤害
Fire theme. It's got some MF. Little defense to missile. Just a fun little low level leveling.
2大伤，这个应该是普通的。
But some nice little low level arrows that you can find. You know,
减6%火焰抗性。
All these values may change.
对，要玩魔法弓了嘛。
Some of the unique arrows and quivers may get unique art as well. And some of the names may change.
24%找寻魔法物品。25%的嘛，防御与这我看不。
Fireclaw buff Pog.
所以人看来是元素弓一定加强了啊！他既然出这种装
，something to pick up and play or like to keep in your stash for you know when you reroll. A lot of times people won't pick up.
我觉得元素弓最大的问题是回血回母。
That's just kind of people are.
啊，要能够解决这一块，要不然那个敌杀取得生命跟回抹这个太难拿了。
How do you go on about
它这
creating
个
an
只普
item?
通键带而已，应该还有进阶跟精英的
Usually
啊，
when
会
I'm
有
trying to
那
create
个
an
3
item,
种。
I kind of so it depends on what I'm doing, right? So
然后我再猜啦，它
in the
可
case
能
of
一种肩带
not arrows,
会做
I
2种
typically
效
look
果，
at
就
what's
类似
there,
泰瑞尔这样。
what use cases are missing in the game? Are there any use cases?
泰瑞尔啊，跟力量凯这样子。要不然就一种键带
Can I
做多
apply
种的
that
效
to
果
an item
这
that
样子。
already exists?
啊，中就有回血，有击中回血吗？
Is it close enough to the theme of the already existing
是击中回血
item?
吗？
Can I justify
如果
making
击中
new
回血
items,
趴数
etc.？
这就很
I kinda
强
go
了
down
哦
that。rabbit hole.
那我一定玩亚马了哦。
And then I usually iterate
亚马
way
等于
too
公
long.
马什么都能
Usually
玩
I
的
hate
哦。
everything I make. I make like 150 uniques. I hate every single one of them. I stay up till 6 a.m. for like 4 days.
不一定，你看他是不是那个。你如果是那个的话，他可能回不回来，因为你如果是魔法攻的话，他是吃魔法伤害啊。主要伤害在魔法伤害，你物理伤害太低，他还是吸不回来。
Like that in particular, it's a little bit different though because obviously it's like a full roster of items, so you need like items of all mixes, right? You need like some items that are more sought after.
下周6才会公布赛季日期哦，恁得啊嘞！下周6。
Items get stronger as they're higher level. Kind of need like a mix, right? You're staying up till 6 a.m. because you watch.
You open beta 吧。
Leaky's just like a go-to background boy. Yeah, that's kind of how it goes. You get baited easy? The fuck did you just say to me, Kasi? What's the point of life leech on low level areas? Won't do enough damage to leech? It's normal mode, right? So there's not a leech penalty like there is in hell mode or normal, right? So you'll leech more than I think you probably anticipate because it's in normal. Jade Earth with the Prime, appreciate you. All right, let's hop on to a low level as well. CQV. New item codes for quivers. Broad category, norms, exceptional, elite. Yeah, so basically it's just the same code but with a 2 or a 3 based on the tier, right? The exceptional is basically arrows are typically AQV.
刚未公布具体日期，但计划在11月8号进行直播中。
The bolts as well, so. Maxim 291 with the Prime, appreciate you.
并非11月6号5周年纪念直播。暴雪的飞弹现在会在落地只造成范围伤害。
These are currently called Ram Fodder. They are a level 8 bolt. Again, the 2% Fizz
然后剑齿跟弩箭重做，有精英、卓越、精英，还有普通、卓越、精英3种。
It's got some IS, some hit recovery, some knockback. Just
然后是扣物理抗性的，敌人物理抗性的。
Arrow, right? Obviously, get a little IS, you get some free knockback.
弩箭的是扣物理抗性，最高6%。剑齿是负最大伤害18最大伤害啊。
An arrow with conviction pog. Demon Machine getting nuked.
弹料的物品啊，会显示哦，就变成红色就是火焰啊，绿色就是毒伤啊，会显示。
I still know what heal stamina plus % does. It's just stamina.
然后肩带就最多2口，那意思是作为护盾啊。我说怎么可能做武器？如果是武器的相孔，那太强了。然后有符文之语，确定有符文之语，还在测试中。
Some of the weird things are weird. Do it? You do it? All right, fine. I'll do it, chat. I was actually thinking about it.
腐化区域的 T1 地图掉落率提升哦。
Prime, appreciate that. What is this grammar from the 90s? Plus 20% stamina recovery. Yeah, it could be stamina recovery. 安雅地图奖励从1张变3张第一。 Stamina generation. Whatever you want to do. What the?
然后我继续看。
God damn, driven to chonk with the 50. Holy fuck.
PD2 is my favorite slot machine. Take my money.
我把这个贴到那个。
Well, like all slot machines, your money went in and nothing came out. Appreciate the 50.
哇，太多了。
I appreciate you. Server costs get covered entirely by donations? They do, yeah, so they're greatly appreciated. Which crafting category? Quivers existing or new category? It's gonna be a new category. We're gonna be talking about that next stream because I haven't really finalized it. I got like some spitball stuff, but I kind of want to iron it out a bit more.
排版怎么那么乱？
It's odd that it says plus where other mods say actually have a physical plus. Yeah, it's very weird, eh? Drantho with 75 months. Crazy, dude. That's crazy. Appreciate you. Thank you, my dude. You had to pay out of pocket before, right? So we should make sure to keep them coming. Yeah, there has been situations where I've had to pay out of pocket in the past. It's not typical, but it does happen once in a blue moon. As of lately, though, it has not happened for a while. So I want to say thank you guys a ton for all the support because it's been a little bit since that's happened. So, I do greatly appreciate that. Can you desecrate these arrows? No, desecrate is still only on amulets. Alright, we're gonna do another pair. If you're ever struggling, just drop the Aussie server. The poor Aussies, though, man. You can't do that to the Aussies. Alright.
又有一个箭袋。
We're gonna show an exceptional pair of arrows now. Oh, I showed an elite by accident. I made the wrong pair.
流血召唤开启转炮轰，
I should have
一模模一样
paid
样
more。attention. Here's another pair of arrows called
加2点亚马技能，30滴最小伤哦。这个有点好像有点强哦。
Poisons on Poison Arrow Ink. Yeah, so this is kind of a neat one.
加5%毒素伤害，加500到600次的毒伤，减30%毒伤毒抗，然后增加毒抗，然后加6点击杀敌人回抹，我有回血，然后金币掉落率。
I didn't even say who did it. Oh, it's Jordan. Yo, what's going on? Fuck, I can't hear. Oh my god, I actually have to take my head. Chat, can you hear through my? Can you hear my headset?
流血起飞，
Can you hear my headset? My headset. I have
他们那一把弓是流血的吗？还是毒的？
Can you hear it through my headset?
流血的可以叠吗？38毒抗是有点猛，我说真的。减30%毒抗是有点猛。
Mine sounds reasonable.
这样子亚马就变成炮轰马，就变成你可以拿恶魔机器嘛，然后再叠点毒伤，这样你就变成遇到物理无效用毒的也可以打呢。
Oh my god！
哎呀，那就变比较全面了呢。流血可以跟这个叠哦，那有点强了哦。 可是它毒抗跟流血应该不一样吧？那我不确定呢，那要看。
Because obviously it's got the nearly 600-ish average poison damage and the huge fizz boost as well, right?
他那的哦是弓哦，我还以为是弩炮。
Yeah, appreciate it. I repeat my eardrums.
直接毒死。
Why don't they have the plus 18 max damage from arrows?
流血是会打到剩1滴，是不是啊？不是啊，你毒还是一样要多打一下，它才会挂掉啊。以前就是这样啦。
So these instead have very high min damage. So I took a little bit.
哎，罗侯，你还没睡啊
？Some of the elite ones, right? So instead of max damage, they got.
我去看一下，我看一下有哪一只十字弓可以那个弓可以玩。
I did that specifically on some of the elite ones because you can't upgrade the
一般的弓啊，不是十字弓。
Oh my fucking god! There's no way. Ooh.
他这个这样配一定有他的用意啦。
Jordan again. What is wrong with you?
他要配的装。
I mean, thank you, but why? For why? I appreciate it, Jordan. Thanks for supporting. I might have turned down midstream. How do I turn it down just for me? I just like turn this down, does it only turn down for me? Okay, I think I figured out how to turn down just for me. I think I just volume mixer and I'm good.
哎干，
That's cowardly.
毒牙哎，他应该是要跟符文组毒牙搭，
It is actually so loud.
毒牙可以扣30%毒抗啊，那个又30%毒抗，
It's hurting my ears. I appreciate it.
然后毒牙又不贵啊，前期可以用这个拓荒的啊， 它只要23、47号啊，然后打到会有剧毒星星啊。
I don't know. We're going back to it. That's the point.
28级的。
It can hurt my ears without making them bleed. Okay.
哎，我死灵可以拿吗？哦，瘟疫也可以，不过瘟疫比较贵。瘟疫是35级的剧毒星星，然后会降低抗性，然后又扣20%毒抗。他应该要开发用一个赌的流派给你玩。
Saved drip with the 69. You guys need help. You actually need help. Like, why? Oh, like why? Or why?
这个啊，这一把瘟
Or
疫
why,
啊，
guys?
用给你们看哦。这把一啊，前期可以先拿毒液，然后后面转瘟疫啊。你看它有降低抗性啊，剧毒星星，然后又扣毒抗。
We're gonna need it, so I appreciate it. There's judging by how many people are tuning in the stream, it looks like a lot of people are waiting to play PD2, so it looks like we might need it. I appreciate you. Thank you.
感觉上狼德有的玩的哦。
Start the season faster. No, it does not. So do not donate if you want.
狼德如果玩独狼呢？
Usually around 5K plus the new PD League start. No, it's usually around 10K-ish. I think
对啊，对啊，连死灵可能就有新的流派可以玩了。
So yeah, it's about twice that. So it gets kind of wild.
然后我看一下还有没有其他装可以搭。
All right, let's ID these exceptional bolts.
叫什么？
These exceptional
第一形象。
bolts are
哇不
guard
，10%的机会打到什么31级的那什么技能？
which is on all bolts. Remember, it has 20% chance to pierce, prevent monster heal,
防止怪物治疗嘛，这个我看得懂。
Attackers take damage and light radius.
That's what I'm gonna be doing every single night.
God damn, no with the $50. Wait, you donated under the name No. I don't even know who donated.
感觉上这一季好像怎么变成主要强化勾马？怎么会这样？我们讲说这一季玩不一样的了。
DGG by Atmoscara. Remember, this is when struck, so it's not as reliable.
我叫 DC 训大佬翻译一下，大佬翻译。
On striking would be way too strong. Yeah, I agree. I think on striking would be too strong. So it is when struck. But obviously it's still very strong in the sense that it has high pierce and it's got some nice PDR, right? So it's very, very defensive item.
几号他们没讲，还有说11月8号。 11月8号会公布，不是11月6号。哦，那是伤害加深哦。哇，他如果是伤害加深，那就猛了，连亚特玛都不用带了。我操
！Theoretically wear it on a shapeshift druid if you really wanted. Go like bow shapeshift druid with amp 1 struck or something. I don't know if you really wanted. An eagle horn druid, yeah, you could do something like that if you want.
AMPA 对啊，应该是伤害加深，然后又减护防4%，然后它又可以升级，升级就变6%嘛。剑带应该也可以升级了，这是进阶的剑带而已，才可以再往上升。
Alright, we'll open to some arrows here. There's no fucking way.
变6%。
Chief Sharf with the 69.
31级啊！看他们打的意思应该是31级的伤害加深。
You guys are actually like little too high there.
我是想玩，我原本是想玩亚马，但是因为我觉得这一季太多人玩恶魔机器炮轰亚马，所以有可能亚马的装会比较贵一点。然后这一季它又全部给你用强化亚马，所以亚马的装应该会贵，我觉得。你看我们刚玩的时候，他妈那恶魔机器6动的才卖多少钱而已。啊，玩到季末一堆人进来玩之后，那恶魔机器被扫光，现在剩多少钱？哦，还有穿刺哦。哇，他还给穿刺人，那可以一身绑定装都不用了。
Says please make it stop. The poor lad's first time here. He's listened to
萌萌的，萌萌的。这一季一定一堆人玩公马的，你相信？那我们就要反向思考，要玩别的职业会一开始玩别的职业会比较便宜。
They're revealing all this new content. People love these dev streams, and then you jump in, you listen to Nico Knee for 15 fucking minutes straight with your girlfriend behind you, and you're like, "Listen, hon, I don't know what I'm watching anymore."
哦，除非很狗屎，一开始就打到核心的装了。
Just don't judge me, okay?
他哪来的？我上赛季第2支就是玩兵法，来啦！要不然我们全部玩兵法嘛？敢不敢？
He said there's arrows. Under all this weeb shit, there's some arrows. Alright?
人家兵法有改强的哦，暴风雪有改强的哦。
I promise I'll be off soon, cute.
感觉上，他法师一定会改强啊！法师这个太惨烈了。那上一个赛季真的有点惨。
Over to an exceptional arrow now. I'm here for the Nico, and you guys keep yapping about arrows. Alright, it's off to an exceptional arrow now. We have another new arrow called Swift Wind Needle.
这把什么？加38快跑，12到14点伤害。
It has
减30%怪物的防御，加30敏捷。
It's got 15 to 35 dex.
减电抗25%哦。
And minus light res. Cat's eye arrows. Yeah, they kind of are like cat's eye arrows.
真的要这样自虐吗？真的要这样吗？
Bronze Gipunk.
我们看完改版内容再来决定好不好？不要这么冲动啊，大哥。
So there's some nice, you know, clearing the game.
电攻马是攻的，我看一下。那他是要配信心吗？ 我记得有一把弓会打那个天犬下来，他应该是要配那个。
It's always cold res. What do you mean it's always cold res? The first one was res. Oh, you baited me.
我看这个。
You baited me.
哇，那愤怒那一把可以拿去丢了啊！他有那个箭袋的。
Honestly, kind of an interesting idea.
那他等一下一定会有一个十字弓的，然后是降冰抗的，你信不信？然后搭这把冰冻，搭这一把冰冻，双之星星照他的套路啦。然后他又有神圣冰冻。
You legit lost 200 viewers since the Nico started. They weren't the real ones. All right.
哦，信心是狂热，我记得有一把是那个，有一把是那个会掉天犬的。
We weed them out. Trash taking itself out. Jesus, that's a little too far. Okay, I wouldn't go that far. They're just reasonable and don't want to listen to the Nikos. That's fine. You gotta make sacrifices to fund the servers. You know. They can watch the VOD. That's the great thing about this, right? You don't have to watch the stream. You can watch the Reddit summary or the VOD. Minus light res. Why do you guys keep saying minus light res? Because this? No, this is plus light res. I just saw minus light res like 5 times. My girlfriend asked, "What the fuck am I watching?" Tell her you're watching porn. It's probably easier to explain.
你们可以换另外一个想法，你可以玩法师拿冰弓啊，对不对？哦，拿冰弓降冰抗，2个降冰抗的啊，对不对
？It's minus light res. Oh, light res. I thought you were saying light radius.
你也可以玩圣骑士啊，神圣冰冻啊，又有降冰抗，然后你又自己可以波魔抗。 对不对？这个暗黑2好玩就好玩在这里啊。
My girlfriend now judges me for the kind of porn I'm watching. Any tip, senpai?
有啦，他这样子改，就玩家出来的作者就知道我们玩家想要什么东西啦。
Just cook her something nice for dinner. Message to why am I reading this?
如果照他这样改啦，如果是我会把烙印这把弓，烙印这一把弓，对不对？让他可以加一，不要用击退，其中一条改成+1炮轰，这样你就可以玩那个死灵啊这把弓，然后打的时候会出现45级的骨毛，很强，会很强。如果照他这样子的套路，会这样子打。一点的炮轰可以射两支箭嘛，就是不强也不弱。
30 to 40 ED, 15 to 25 crushing blow efficiency.
哦，这是什么
For you guys who don't know, crushing blow efficiency is the same thing found on Smite.
这个我看不懂。2技能37%伤害。
It increases the efficiency of crushing blow. So crushing blow does more per
20点力量。
And then it's got 20 to 30% crushing blow, some flat defense.
压碎哦。
To 20 strength.
还有是压碎哦。
So if you want to make like a crushing blow Amazon, then this is going to be kind of the thing you want to do. Higher percent HP damage. Yeah, it makes crushing blow do more percent HP damage per hit, effectively. Becomes more efficient.
145的防御。
Alright, best way to explain it.
啊，这是什么
It crushes even more, yeah. Or
Crushing blow. EFF 最常挖的。
Please explain how the crushing blow mechanic works. When you hit a monster, it does a percentage of the monster's current HP value as damage.
哦，压碎。
Crushing blow is slept on. I 100% agree. I think a lot of people sleep on crushing blow. And the problem is that we nerfed crushing blow very early on, and even though we've buffed it several times since then, there's very much like an echo chamber thing going on with crushing blow, where people think it's just like dead. Like I see a lot of people being like, "Crushing blow is dead. It's useless." Blah blah blah. It's like it's actually insane. Like if I test from like a DPS meter, a barb with and without crushing blow, it's a very noticeable difference. It's not as good as classic. D2 LOD equals bad. There. Yeah, it's actually, I agree, it's a very slept on stat, all in all. Make charge, do more damage, the more faster unlock you have. There you go, I read it out loud. Alright, now you don't need to paste it 5 more times. No, I'm just kidding. I was in the middle of saying something else and I saw you posted.
弓的压碎几率。
Thank you, they say.
还好嘞，它压碎只有1/80啊，你忘记了吗
Are DPS meters online only? Yeah, they are. They're online only.
你忘记它那个压碎的那个效率就触发一次扣1/80而已，没有到那么强。
So
是你如果用炮轰，
用
炮轰再轰的话，好像会蛮痛的哦。
There's like a charm that's lost the more min-maxing you enable, right?
我看一下它机制。
It's dead below 85% monster HP. No, that's not true. Actually, we changed how it works.
远程是1/80啊
all the way down.
近战也是1/80啊。
It's actually
这里啊，大王啊。
all the way down, honestly. It's obviously going to get diminishing returns lower you get, but yeah. Is there anything that makes an elite quiver base better than lower tiers? Yeah, so I'll show it real quick, but the arrows effectively the way they work is they get 2 max damage, 10 max damage, and 18 max damage based on the base. If you upgrade the arrows, it'll obviously increase by 8 per upgrade. The fizz pierce
现在都有了吧？1、2、3、1、2、3。
moved to bolts, so crossbows will no longer spawn with fizz pierce. Bolts will spawn with fizz pierce, and that'll be spawned at 2%.
请给点蛮子的消息好吗？野蛮人。
So that's going to be kind of the the way that they're going.
我相信这一季应该大家都会玩。
All right, let's hop onto another quiver. See if I get the same one again or not.
击退加压
Get
碎
lucky, get a different one again.
我觉得应该是压碎拿来打我。
I got the same one. All right, round 2. One of these. Chat top or bottom?
哎，还有2个哦。
A different one. See how lucky you guys are. Top or bottom?
对呗？那他肩带是就我说的，可能他一个肩带初阶的做2种效果啊，中阶的做2个效果啊，高阶的做2个效果，没意外的话。
All right, we're going for the bottom. Here we go. Ah, you were wrong, chat. Is it top 2? No,
哎，结果不是哦，都一样啊！靠，太让我失望了。
Never lucky. All right.
有啦，你看，它鉴定出来不一样啊。
Just a little fun item for progression, right? And maybe some meme potential in here too. This is Tomb Song. You may summon 4 additional skeleton archers. It's got 20 to 30%
这个是什么技能？我画不。
10 max damage, 50 to 100% damage to undead, 125 to 175 attack rate.
You may
12 to raise skelly.
这个是什么东西
skill? So again, that will cap at 3 on a necro, and 20% curse resist. So if you want to kind of like mess around and role play that you're a Skelly Archer Blood Raven and you're playing,
召唤4个
maybe you're playing Enchant Sork, maybe you're playing Summon Necro and you feel like using a bow, maybe you're a Zon and you just want to have some companions. Just a little fun item while you're leveling, right?
你可以召唤4个额外单位的 SK。
Those are some ridiculous arrows.
4个额外单位的苦鲁兵，所以真的是他真的打算让那个让其他职业拿弓哦。看来他套路我看清了。
I play SSF, now I'll have friends. There you go. Someone was asking if there's any SSF love. There it is right there.
额外4个苦鲁弓箭手啊。
Chat, we heard you like archers, so we gave your archer more archers, so you can archer while you archer. It'll be less plus skills on native necro. Yeah, so the way that plus skills work, or O skills work across the board.
21%机会穿透，10%10点伤害。
It will always cap at +3 on the native class. So even though it's a +12 for an Amazon, a druid, etc., it's +3 for a necromancer.
对亡灵生物造成伤害增加。
Will there be an SF
那个应该是
/ladder? There will be a mode. It's called single player. There won't be a ladder unless you have one around your house. Brand for +8 skeleton archers plus this for another +4 strong. That's an idea. That's an idea. Senpai, dad confirmed. I don't know how I'd be a dad.
哦，对亡灵伤害增加。
Considering I'm single and haven't.
他这个拿来打，那不是拿来打那个拉斯玛的。
Higher duration buffs would be great, like 10 minutes. He's a cat dad? True, I am a cat dad. I'm your kid, you are dad. No. I disown you. I disown you.
哎！你看他有火的2个了啊，那个暗的2个，那表示他一定会有电的嘛，这2个是电的嘛，然后赌的会有2个，那一定会有冰的，一定会有冰的。
If someone is cloned, then do they have the same parents, or are the scientists the parents? I don't know.
他一定会有冰的，他套路已经看懂了。
All right, chat, y'all gotta calm down, all right?
那他现在这个只是最低阶的而已吧？
All right, since we already did a elite arrow earlier,
他还有进阶的暗金弓、剑带跟。
Can't wait to watch 3moth do an Iron Maiden with the skeleton archers.
应该会有，我觉得后面应该会有更猛的会出来。
We're in a simulation, bro. Nothing matters but PD2.
你看站
There's
最那个
no
最
way.
高阶的 World Bro 波
You know,
请台，
if there
这个就
is
最高阶的剑带
if。it turns out that this is a simulation, y'all could have gave me a little.
然后它
better
最高阶的剑带应该也会有很多种效果。
All right.
这个按下去应该就猛猛的了，没意外的话。
Get some war bolts going here. First one we
点点物防加2拳技能
Banner
，28快速打击，
So again, this is the -6%
加
enemy
2这什么
bizres
技能？
implicit.
这应该
That
是
is
技
always
能，然后
on bolts.
全能力。
2 to all skills. 20% faster cast rate. 20 to 30%
哦
reduced curse duration. 2 to 3.
第二招
slow
跟
movement
最
O
后一招
skill,
我看
2 to
不懂
3 inner sight
翻译。
O skill. And 8 to 14 all attributes. 18% damage taken gained is mana when hit. So it's kind of an interesting little pair of bolts. Obviously, most obvious use case being
连招诅咒时间，
but you could do some other fancy little shenanigans with it. Do such console commands only work for senpai on senpai streams? They are dev console commands, correct? Some of them are available.
然
during
后
the
受
closed
到的
beta.
伤害转移到魔法身上。
And in order to get into the closed beta, we allow all 99s. We all allow
这种魔法弓在用的吧？
all supporters of Archangel or Primeval tier. Yeah, what's going on, Sky?
还是你把吸血魔飙高之后，就靠这个狂吸来挡伤害
We're kind of deciding what we want to do this season because the reality is a lot of people fucking exploited the bosses this season, and we don't really want to invite a lot of people who are just fucking dirty exploiters in the beta. So this season might be only top 3 T2 killers get invited to the beta, just to be transparent. We haven't 100% decided yet. But yeah, I don't know if we're gonna do beyond top 3 this season because there's too many people that exploited. It sucks for people that did it legit, which I feel bad about. But yeah. What about supporters? Yeah, supporters will also get invited,
看一下
and
他
all
们那边
99.
DC 群有没有人整理。
So yeah, we'll kind of figure it out. But yeah, we are thinking we might only do top 3 for this season, unfortunately.
召唤流，那是加召唤的
Changing
技
the
能吗？
rules, just now that I finally did a T2 boss. The good news is though that if you did do a T2 boss, that means you can
就
do it
类
again.
似那个能量护盾啊，被打啊，有那个18%机会转到那个你的
But again,
魔
that's
法
not
上面，
finalized yet. We still gotta like finalize internally and talk.
不是18%机会啊，18%
But it is
的
something we're
伤
throwing
害。
out there, so we'll try to iron that out officially within the next week or so. And we'll kind of make an official post about it. But do we get 1 kill per key on a T2 boss? No, you just get 1 in general. If you did all 3 T2s, you still just get 1, right? I'd love to see boss killing be more accessible. Boss killing
明
is
天
pretty accessible with T0.
它的中网这里应该就会立刻更新所有的讯息的，没意外的话。
I think that a lot of people like. I think this is like a gamer thing in general. It's not really like a PD2 specific thing, but people always FOMO over needing to do the highest, most juiced content. And so as long as tier 2 exists, they assume they mentally like connect that tier 2 is the baseline and
对啊，它封闭测试是之前是测5月3号到5月11，然后公开测试是2天，然后测试完之后过3天就正式发布了，等于封测1个礼拜，然后 OB 2天，然后过3天就发布，所以不会那么久，应该不会那么久。
Oh, with all classes, you said, sir.
正常来说，应该正式发布都会在礼拜5的晚上。
You don't need that much gear. I don't know about trash found on the ground, but you don't need crazy gear or anything. You can do it with SSF pretty easy to find gear. You just gotta pick up the right pieces and stuff like that, right?
反正他丢这种东西上来，一定就是有他的想法啦，让你们看能够玩出什么新花样。
And he's gonna be useless so fast. The cost of entry is so high. So to get any compensation for your time bossing, you have to do T2 to get items. I mean that's because you're chasing something that's not supposed to be farmed, right?
哦，为啥这样嘛嘞？
That's just you doing it to yourself. I'm gonna be real. That's an obsession with chasing Excalibur.
这进度有点慢哦，有点慢哦。
Another arrow.
还好我有先小睡一下。哎。
Why are boss items not meant to be farmed? If so, make them a super rare world drop. They're just supposed to be like something that like they're supposed to be something giga rare. Like so the initial concept was that it's supposed to be something like a giga rare thing that just kind of like if it happens, it happens, and then you're like, holy shit, I got this item, and then 5 seasons later, you're still telling your friends about that season 5 seasons ago.
没有啦，法师那个哪算一个职业？法师那个连只有丢暴风雪而已，怎么可能只改那样
？Mandatory or core items for anything? They're just kind of like fun items, you know?
妈，只改暴风雪，我看一看，他就是刷土会顺一点，然后可以拿来风筝网。
Excalibur was never chased. That's my point.
如果他的暴风雪加物理伤害，那就真的蛮强的。
Chase Excalibur, but you ain't supposed to chase Excalibur.
哦，我绝对开场就玩法师给你看呐。
Right, the Lady of the Lake presents you Excalibur. You don't go chasing the Lady of the Lake.
不可能那么少啦，他上个赛季，你看他上个赛季讲的东西就这么多了。
Yeah, well, that's a knight's quest, and that takes a while. All right, let's see if we get
这么多
besides the one I just pulled. Oh, I rolled the wrong one. Stupid me. Stupid me. All right, here we go. Gotta mix these. Oh, we rolled the giga rare ones. We got Doom's Finger Razor Arrows. So these are gonna be TC87.
哦，加67点伤哦，哦，这很猛哎。
Pretty intense arrows. Pretty intense arrows. 2 to passive and magic skills. 60 to 80 max damage. 60 to 80% damage to demons. 10% max deadly strike. 20 to 30% deadly strike.
这不会是终局的剑带吧
？12 and half freeze. Yeah, that's getting nerfed. Yeah, they might get nerfed. You never see. But these are currently supposed to be. These are currently supposed to be the Tyrell's Might of Arrows. It's not quite as rare as Tyrell's, obviously, because Tyrell's the rarest item in the game. But they're the rare TC87 arrow drop currently, right? And again, they may or may not change, whatever, right? All these values again subject to change. So kind of an interesting one. They have everything. They don't have everything. They don't have attack speed or pierce, which people are very obsessed with. So they don't have everything, right? They don't have attack speed and pierce, or fast or run walk. They don't have ED, right? But they do have Giga flat. They got Giga ED to demons, large Giga deadly strike, and max deadly strike. You know, they got some very strong mods, right?
魔法伤害 TAKEN
Yes. You can add sockets to bows in the future, or quivers in the future. So if I did something like AQV1, or is it AQV boom boom, then you could theoretically, you know, the normal base can only, so actually, something I should clarify as well. Normal arrows can only get 1 socket. Exceptional and elite can get 2. Okay, something I should also clarify.
这个不是一开始的。
So for example, the normals can only get 1. The exceptional and elite can get 2.
这不也是一开始的？
What are the base required levels? Currently, it is 25 and 45. I'm not 100% decided on that yet.
没事啊，放假。
numbers I kind of spitballed in.
只是照他这个速度下去，是真的可能有点久啊。他这一季怎么重点是拱马？怎么会这样？说好的要改法师嘞？
No higher than 30 for the exceptional, please. I beg.
哇，都要改圣骑呢。
No socket description or message in the description? Huh, that is interesting. That might be a side effect of the fact that they're a miscellaneous item. That's a good point, though. That's interesting. It does, in fact, not say it's socketed on it. That actually went over my head. It's probably due to the fact that it's like the only MISC item in the game that has sockets. No, it's because you're spawning it with item commands. Oh, it's because I'm spawning with item commands. That makes sense. Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's because I'm bypassing with the dev commands. That makes sense, actually. Yeah, that makes sense. You make it so it would reach 100 DS with Wraith Skin. Currently, you'd be at 95.
哇，他那个肩带啊，这个肩带如果是弩炮的话，我跟你讲，恶魔机器就弥补掉他那个伤害不足的问题了。80点点伤，你看那个叠到恶魔机器上面会有多痛
？Have requirements for miscellaneous items, so I have to expand the file, and you can do that with some stuff. Like for example, the implicit mods, the auto prefixes we have currently, that was also done by expanding it. But I couldn't get the stat requirements to work. I'm not sure if I was doing something wrong or not. Are those considered weapons for rune gem effects? They're considered shields. Yeah, they're considered shields. Kana is the goat? Why are you calling him a goat? I know what you mean though. I'm just joking. You're right though, Kana is a goat. In fact, you know what, chat? Let's take a minute to just throw some hearts in chat for all the dev team, all the moderators, all the supporters, people who have submitted maps, people who have helped with art, anyone that's really contributed to the project. Because the reality is, it takes a lot of people.
怎么突然间多了那么多爱心？
There's a lot of people behind the scenes that aren't as in the limelight as some of us, you know? Obviously, I'm kind of the face, being that, you know, I was the streamer guy that kind of started this. But there's a lot of people that work really hard behind the scenes, behind the curtains, that make all this stuff happen. So, you know, let's just drop some hearts in chat, show some love for them, because people work their ass off to make some of this great content, you know? Little moment of love. The fuck did we see your face? What? What are you talking about? XS 1990 with the 5. Appreciate that. Giving the Munkin, Florin, Badonka Gronk, Fitzja, and Gwarks. Even noticed. Appreciate you. I've been holding out for this for so long. Thanks for all the hard work. Yeah, Sky's seen my face.
Notice me, senpai! Notice me! Notice me, senpai! Please!
Do you have any job opportunities? I want to be your support team member minimum. We don't have any job opportunities. We have volunteer opportunities. But if you want to be if you're looking to like be a moderator or something like that, there's a link in Discord under the PD2 links. You can hop in there and you can. We're always looking for more Discord mods and stuff like that. More moderators in general. People always start off as Discord moderators and then move up based on like performance, activity, and things like that. So if you are interested, we definitely 1000% need more active moderators. The reality is that it's hard to get new moderators, right? And it's easy for moderators to burn out. So unfortunately, over time, we lose more good moderators than we get good moderators. So if you think that you could be a great moderator, definitely apply. Because we can always use more legends, right? Right now, we have like a core group that's been holding down the fort a long time, and they could always use more backup. We're going to apply to be a moderator. You can go on Discord, in the PD2 Discord, and go to the PD2 link section, and there should be a file or a form you can fill out in there. So the power would go to my head. We'll just not give you any power. How about that? What do mods do? It depends on what type of moderator you are, right? Some moderators help moderate the Discord. Some help moderate the game, right? Support tickets, etc., etc. It all just depends on what. a lot of it comes down to what the moderator wants to do, right? Some moderators only like moderating Reddit, et cetera, right? So because it's a volunteer project, a lot of it is just what are you willing to do, right? What fits into your wheelhouse, your time constraints, your day-to-day, right? We're not whipping anyone like it's a job, right? You set the expectations, you set the bar, and we just kind of expect you to stick to the standard you set for yourself, right? As long as you're transparent and communicate, you know, you can say like, listen, I'm gonna be busy for 4 months, I can't do anything, it is what it is, and it's like, that's fine. Let us know when you can, right? Lucky Luke 318 gifting the tier 1 to Farcrow. I appreciate that. Game mods are real MVPs, nodders. Yeah, they put in a lot of work. The mods put in a lot of work. The Discord mods and everyone put in a lot of work too, right? All the mods put in a lot of work. So make sure you show those guys some love. Make sure you always show them some love. Treat the moderators with respect or I'll find you. Oops. I now have a bone to pick with Carl, though, Sag. How much are you willing to do for free? Yeah, that's the nature of volunteer work, right? Why, again, it's your own standards, right? We're not expecting anything more than what you're willing to do. Rosie88 with the Prime. Chat, is there unique bolts as well? There is, and we're with
我看到一个很有趣的东西。
Yeah, definitely big props to Kanzion.
如果有那个肩带，我可以考虑往法师提加。
Those guys do a lot of work in the tech support channel. It's kind of fucking insane.
如果有啦，他有要出的话。
I think all the boomers in PD2 would probably be completely lost without those guys holding their hands in the tech support channel. Will the streamer screenshots of the arrows be available after stream? Check out somewhere. Yeah, I'll make a post on Reddit after the stream. Typically, I get off the stream, I eat a little food, and then I write up a recap. Kind of usually my go-to. So yeah, there will be one available today on Reddit. Brandini69 with the Prime. Thank you. All right, let's see if we get a different bolt this time around. We got a different bolt. All right, chat. This one has. This is called the Abyssal Ward War Bolts. These have a higher fizz pierce than standard. They typically have 6% on the implicit. These go to 10 to 14. They have minus 20% attack speed, so negative attack speed. They have hit cause monsters flee 6%.
物理哦，13%物理抗性哦。
15 to 25 all res. So they're pretty crazy, but they do have a drawback. You could corrupt more max res 2 pog. True. The flee is rough. So if you're not aware, hit causes monster to flee does not override curses in PD2.
加4%最大这个抗性吗？
So just something to take into consideration.
毒抗、冰抗、电抗、火抗，然后16的全抗。
So flee/fear is actually quite strong on range builds in that sense. Actually quite strong. It's a very strong defensive layer.
这个是不是做给
there's some
恶魔机器用的啊？
Obviously, the stats that are on this are very strong, but there are some drawbacks, right? So
减20%攻击速度，恶魔机器又不缺这个，
But the
又
good
不
news
缺攻
is
速。
you can potentially get more sockets in your quivers now, right? So you could socket IS jewels or something in your quiver if you really wanted to.
对啊，最大抗性嘛，对不对？
Are these TC87? They're not, no.
然后会让怪物逃跑6%几率，然后最下面那个是全抗嘛，然后最上面那一条应该是减怪物的物理抗性吧，敌人的物理抗性啊。
Paladin buffs when senpai, it's been all Amazon's past few seasons. That's not true. We reworked Sack.
看他这一季怎么全部强化亚马、啊？
We've done a bunch of stuff with Paladins.
怎么会这样？
Paladin's been pretty good the last few seasons too. I would argue. Like we even had, what was it, like a
真
season
的
or
要
two
服
ago
公
where
马
Paladin
打
was
王了
like
呢。
one of the top played.
公马打王最怕的就是抗性不够，
It's very flavor of the month.
最大抗性啊。
Holy Sword. Yeah, we had a Holy Sword. We had the charge changes. We've been doing a lot of Paladin changes actually. I feel like Paladin's been getting a lot of love. I swear, like Pally players whine 10
跨
times
几波诶，
more
没
than
看到
anyone else.
没有调到那个最高画质。
Is it just because like they're like used to being Hammerdins and like being the Giga Chads of the world, and then they've been like brought back down to like as strong as the rest of the plebs, or like what is that about? They missed their hammer dominance, yeah. Definitely some post Hammerdin Fallout. I feel like it is some post Hammerdin Fallout, right? Sanctuary Pally super strong. I feel like people sleep on Sanctuary in general, to be honest with you. Free fall serious with the Prime. Appreciate you. Sork Wine is legitimate though. They need some love. You've been hanging out with Darmy too much. That man's the biggest coper. Oh wait, Darmy's talking to you. Oh shit, I totally didn't know that.
当然很明显就是要让那个公马可以打那个网的啊。
Why doesn't the tooltip just say
因为公马
20%
你要
increase
打
attack
王
speed?
打那
The game doesn't
个最后的那
really
几
change
只
that by
网是
default.
真的有点难
Puts a
度。
plus or minus. The druid players are just quietly and anxiously watching, hoping no
还
nerfs
在建
do.
代啊！
Blizz skill rework on stream and the Sork still complain. Listen, they also I don't think that it's a shock that the two classes that were Giga OP and Laud are the ones that complain the most, you know? I don't think that's a shock. Not gonna lie. I feel like that's not a shock, you know? Alright, let's see if we get a new... Can we get the third and final unique elite arrow? We did not. Alright, this might take a second. Might have to roll a few of these. Please. Boom! And this one actually has unique art already. So if you want a kind of a preview at some of Erwin's beautiful art, this is called Aetherwing. It has 35% chance to cast level 40 stag field when struck, 40 IES, 18 max damage.
电商
It is actually 2 to 4 attack rating.
它还有特殊造型呢
It says 0.5 to 1. It's actually
减电抗加4%最大的电抗，
1 to 775 lightning damage, 15 to 25 lightning pierce, max lightning.
然后再加电的抗性，
Some pretty cool arrows.
然后增加
It can be used for multiple
775
different
的
things, obviously.
电
It could be used
眼
for
伤。
mercenary. It could be used to hit that high IS breakpoint, get some nice AR, a lot of flat lightning damage. It's a lot of lightning damage.
18 点的最大伤害，
1 to 775 with lightning pierce.
然后
Right?
40% 攻
It's
速
also。got some utility use cases, being that it's got a max lightning
他
res roll.
要跟你玩我刚刚跟你讲的那个，
Kind of do it.
他要叫你玩那个天拳弓的，没意外的话，因为那一把很贵啦，都没有人在用。
Some breakpoint potential, so kind of things, different things, right? I've heard you say a lot a few times. I don't know. I'm sure that's the correct use.
这把4只几的天犬啊，庇护。
Why is Summon Druid so bad, or am I just bad? You gotta be careful saying Summon Druid's bad in the PD2 community. They're gonna eat you alive. Is there a way to get the item to show what value you dropped when it has those ranges? No, you'd have to do the math. Chat, don't.
那358机会什么 ？cos 等级40的，这什么？等级40的什么？
Now they're all gonna complain that I need to
Remember
nerf
the
some and do it
class
again.
where I taught y'all how to make it rain? That's what I'm gonna be doing every
S
single night.
Ooh, and the
D
Dollar.
A
$50.
T I C
No, I zone. Appreciate you.
F I E L D， 静态立场哦。
You don't need a new PC for PD2.
哦，那他直接可以破电抗哎。
Erlen's artwork, awesome.
撞到的时候会施展40等级的静态立场35%哎，那他根本不怕电抗的啊，电无效啊。
If I had to draw the quivers, they'd be looking like.
然后还有加命中率。哇
Yeah, Erlen is a great artist. Erlen does such a good job of maintaining the Diablo 2 aesthetic. Bobacious with the prime, appreciate that. It's actually insane. The sprites are top tier. Yeah, definitely a big one.
没有，他现在在讲那个电的那下一个赛季的内容。
So this one also might take a second.
现代我通常是拿点伤啊，点伤是最重要的，点伤是最难拿的。你如果玩那个恶魔机器抛你嘛，点伤会比较重要，点伤影响会比较重要。然后双吸其实你戴一颗戒指就可以了。 一颗戒指3%、2%就够吸了。
Can't you do like 30? I only have space in my inventory for one, unfortunately. There we go. All right, took a few.
啊，
Maybe it's not rare enough
那个
yet,
剑带他妈的还有特殊造型，那个一定是很难打啊。
So it's 2 to 3 cold skills, 4 to 5 mana stolen per hit. Instead of the
你想一下，如果用多重剑去扫，然后那个天井砰瞬间这样一堆下来，然后静态立场疯狂轰，然后40几的静态立场，那一定整个画面都是了。
So nice little cold bolt. Frost Maiden, yep.
那这什么加2冰冷技能
Little Frost Maiden action. Elemental damage can crit? No, but the initial phys damage hit could.
冰冷的抗性6%，你看吧，我说冰冷的一定有，那我知道怎么玩了。下个赛季我知道怎么玩的。来了啦，玩法师啊！
Depends on how you want to build. I mean, this does go to 3 skills, so it technically goes higher than you could ever natively get, right? So you do get an additional +1. And you also get the benefit of slows target by 25%. That's not something to sleep on, right? That's basically like applying a mini Decrepify on every hit, right? So there's going to be some very interesting defensive layers to this, right? Because you also got to remember you're slowing on top, right? Like you could get kind of crazy.
我们可以先拿这把，前期先拿这把做一把思考之神啊，20-18，然后它会触发冰封球跟冰封爆啊。 然后你把技能点高，加成点高，它放的话就会放你技能里面的，所以那个伤害会很高啊。然后减28点冰抗。然后它这个是一定是初阶的，应该还有在进阶的，在进阶的减那个可能会更强。然后你命中问题，因为你法师有那个嘛强化嘛，所以比较不会有命中的问题。 然后这把又便宜，20-18-12就可以做。然后我看他后面会不会再出一个东西，就是让你的，就是能够多重剑呐，还是那个低等的炮轰啊，这样就可以让其他职业拿弓，然后去用射的。我在猜他这一期套路应该是这样走。
We adjust the drop rates of
对嘛，电的有了，火的有了，毒的有了，冰的也有了。那等一下应该会有魔法的，我猜啦。魔法伤害就搭我刚刚跟你讲那个骨毛。50%几率打到之后会释放45级骨毛，再猜可能是这个。
Yeah, you never know. Like I said, all these numbers are not final. So it's possible I even go back and buff this again if I feel like it's too weak, right? We'll kind of mess around with it. But again, one of the biggest benefits is the slowest target, right? Like, let's just say, for example, you're playing like
然后你想一下，狂怒德鲁伊
ice, for
狼
example,
德
right? You have like
如果也
holy
是拿这个
freeze,
剑带
you have flying cold,
40几
kill as well.
35%几
You
率
also have
的
the slowest
静
target
态
by
立
this,
场。
like you're suddenly mobs are barely
啊，我
moving.
看一下有没有哪一把
So
那个
there's
哪一把弓可以跟他
interesting
搭。
layers to it where it has some defensive capabilities as well, right?
狼德那个攻速要上去。
Definitely, it's got some things to it, right? There's classes other than Amazon that use bows as well. That's also true, right? You could also use it on like a Holy Freeze Bowden if you wanted to. So there's some use cases, right? There's some use cases. So I think it'll be kind of interesting to see what people do. But again, a lot of these, one of my design goals, kind of when I wanted to make these uniques, is that I want people to think and I want people to experiment, and I also still want rare arrows to have a place and crafted arrows to have a place, right?
Every single night.
So there's a fine balance. It's kind of tricky to hit.
Thanks, man.
PD2 Tommy, I appreciate that. Thank you. Yo, thank you so much. Make a cold version of Hellrack. It's actually something I've thought about. So you never know, may or may not, right? You can craft arrows now. Yes, we are going to add crafted arrows as well. Yes. So yeah, again, that's kind of like the logic behind it, right? Like if we kind of go through the arrow, we'll go through them again real quick. But kind of part of the logic was, I want people to think outside the box. I want people to mess around and have fun. I want people to experiment. If it's just like everything is enhanced damage,
对啊，可以啦，就
then it's all
玩
just
法
like
又变得
homogenized.
更
All I'm
多
really
变，
doing is making it
因为
so that
上一季
rare
狼德
arrows
也
can
少
be
啊，
right.
熊德还比较多。
So that was also something I kind of spent a lot of time iterating on. Because I didn't just want to do like the default obvious thing, right?
哎，职业武器我没看。
I kind of tried to think outside the box as much as I could and try to push some things that were kind of different, you know? Maybe I didn't hit the nail on all of them, maybe I did, right? But the other thing about it is that unlike when I add a new unique, typically, that unique is kind of added with the holistic decision making that other uniques already exist, right? It's a little bit different with the arrows, because with the arrows, we have to fill out a full roster of arrows, right? Which means that there has to be some that are worse than others as well, right? Not every item can be endgame gigabiz, right?
亚特嘛只有15级伤害加3诶，刚刚那个是几级啊？30几级哦。
uninteresting in that sense, because there still needs to be progression, right? When you play through the game, and when you go through the ladder and you have a fresh start, you still need to find some things that are good, some things that are not as good, right? So there still needs to be that mix-up, right? And this is just the first wave of arrows and quivers and bolts and whatever you want to call them. So obviously we'll add more in the future, right? This is just kind of the first batch. So even if I don't hit the perfect balance now, we can always add more, we can iterate, we can change, etc., right? But this is just kind of a first pack of arrows, essentially, right? What I missed, are we only talking about arrows and bolts still? Yeah, we're just going over the ones that we've revealed now, because this is the initial lineup of arrows. There's 12 total. So there is one normal unique arrow, one normal unique bolt, 2 exceptional, and 3 elite currently. Wait, how does crushing blow efficiency work? Crushing blow efficiency increases the percentage of max HP that is reduced when you hit a crushing blow. So it's your crushing blow is X% better, effectively. Will there be more skill changes? There'll be at least one more that we're going to reveal next stream. It's still kind of work in progress, but we do have at least one more that we're going to reveal. Whether there'll be more or not, to be determined, but there's going to be at least one more. At minimum.
我觉得弓马它不是弱，它是不能够打中局的网而已。你看呢， 炮轰娘
Date
嘛
gonna，be set? The date
那个
will
在
be
刷图那个有
displayed
多么的
next
开心。
Saturday. So, if you're looking for the date, next Saturday. Can you show the orange bolts again? Let me go through them all, and I'll show it real quick for you. Are we getting a new bow skill for poison? Nope. Just
毒
a
弓
poison
可以
arrow.
玩了嘛？
You gotta
电
remember
弓
that
也不用
poison
看了
damage
嘛，也
also
绝对可以
applies to
玩。
all your
冰弓
multi
早就
shot
有了
attacks,
嘛。
strafe attacks, right? It's just another form of damage at the end of the day. And then obviously there's some
冰
other
冰
fun
弓
stuff
要
you
问
guys
天
can
恩
figure
女，
out
她有
on
练
your
一
own.
只哦，
Yeah.
她那一只冰弓造价爆干贵，比那个恶魔机器贵大概100倍，结果效率只比它高一点点。
Are Mavina set arrows already in
你
place?
如果说纯刷图，
I
我
haven't-
真
I
的
haven't added any
觉得
arrows, no.
没有必要用到那么贵的造价，你又不是要打 P2的网，对不对？
Did someone just complain Blades of Ice rework? We already reworked Blades of Ice. The fuck? Have you not tried it? Poison damage used to be gigabit.
你还不如去练一只那个熊德，
Maybe people will
把
fuck
钱
around with
灌在
some
熊
poison
德身
damage.
上，那个
Sure.
打那个 T2的网更容易。
Do you have to slam to get the sockets, or they drop with sockets? I'll probably add a rare mod that can.
如果
have
他
sockets.
有要
There'll probably be like a chance
如
for,
我
like, other
现在在
rare
想的东西的话，那我跟你讲，
as in
会蛮有趣的。
affixes. But other than that, you have to apply the sockets. Need those 451 poison SCs. We get a fissure rework. Now that you mention it, maybe we'll mess around with giving fissure the same treatment that Blizzard got, where it applies in an AoE instead of applying like paper. It would actually make sense that fissure gets the same treatment as Blizzard. It's
不要再
literally the
见
same
代了，
skill,
可以
to be
来
honest
点
with you.
新的吗？
We'll have to review it though, but that's possible. Yeah. No promises yet, but yeah, that I could see that happening. Because that is a fair point. The reality is that Blizzard and Fissure are actually the same skill but reskinned. A lot of people don't realize that. But Fissure is just Blizzard, but the projectiles are coming from the floor instead of the roof. It's the same skill. Will you repair Fend? You mean fix the bug with it? We want to. Yeah, we'll see. Do you think there's too much IS going around with all the sockets? I don't really care, to be honest. It's just another way to hit the breakpoint. I also think that there's benefits to more IS being available in sockets with the quivers, because people previously FOMO'd over needing IS on their arrows, right? So one of the benefits of more sockets is that these harder to achieve stats are now more accessible, which makes the overall kit more modular. So hopefully people will be less FOMO'd over having IS on their arrows because they have more sockets and things like that. And that's just kind of like, you know, that's one kind of like side effect of the whole thing, right? Is that'll be kind of nice. Jail's faster block. What is it going to do in quivers? It's currently going to be faster block. He probably just not going to put shales in your quivers. Make Death Sentry great again? Death Sentry is actually Death Sentry is way stronger than people realize, to be honest with you. I think a lot of people sleep on Death Sentry. We've had quite a few people make some Death Sentry builds in the last few seasons, even. Death Sentry's bad in T3s. Are you going like pure Death Sentry, or are you using it as a support skill? Have you guys ever thought about the proc effects on item scale somehow? Maybe the character level, depending on the base? Yeah, we've kind of thought about some stuff like that. It's not really like a super simple thing to do, though. There's like a few different ways you can go about it, but like all of them are they're all a bit complicated. You can technically scale all of them via like, you know, facets, large charms, synergies, things like that, right?
他不会今天只要讲剑带而已吧？应该不会吧？哦，等我一下，我
Is there
贴
a
给你。
class you think is really overpowered at the moment, or a spec?
你先
I
说
think
先
Blade
说
Fury is
说
an obvious
不急
one,
不急
but
不
we knew
急
it was going to be overpowered going into the season. We just kind of made it a flavor of the month thing. I mean, there's obviously some other stuff.
明天就有新消息了。
Blade Fury is probably the only really super standout one though, like that's like really standout. The other stuff is like, you know, it's certain things, right? Like, I feel like overall PD2 is in a fairly balanced state, I would say. Where a lot of it is the, you know, the difference of 10 to 30% efficiency at the most egregious sizes, right? But yeah, outside of, I think, Blade Fury being the one large outlier, I think nothing's like crazy. Can you explain what you mean by paper when you were talking about Blizzard? So the game is 2D, obviously, right? And the projectiles that come down from the air from Blizzard are 2D projectiles, right? So when they land, they're landing in a 2D space, but the game looks like it's 3D, right? So previously when they didn't have AoE on them, it felt like pieces of paper were coming down from the air and trying to land in a 3D space, which can feel a little weird, right? It creates these like gaps in between the projectiles. And that's where you get this weird like scarcity feeling where it feels like it's hitting some areas but not others, but it feels like it should be hitting all the areas. Because Blizzard's also like a bit deceptive because
Blizzard
Blizzard creates this visual on the ground that looks like it's creating an area of effect, right? You can see these splashes but the splashes don't do anything.
现在不是都拿加12了吗？
Until now. But now they actually consistently hit, right? And now it actually feels like you're hitting with Blizzard, right?
哎呀，还在暴风雪，这不刚刚就播过了
It's way more consistent now than it was previously. What was that character name? This is a character from one of the showcases. It's Duriel's ex-wife.
暴风雪6700到9000。
I guess she took the Fathom in the divorce.
还3颗冰宝哦，冰
Lazarus
德啊，他塞满冰宝才这样哦。看来法师又不能玩了。
Duriel sex wife.
他塞满冰宝的伤害才这样，打那个地狱的扭扭而已。
You guys are such degenerates that this clearly says Duriel's ex-wife, and all you fucking degenerates read is sex. This is why, you know, I'm gonna say everybody who read
我
sex
你还
wife
没睡啊？
is either gonna have no
我
wife
是有
or
睡一下啦，所以我应该还撑得住啊。晚安，晚安，晚安。艾琳德啊，他怎么又给我关掉了？妈的，我觉得他在掉哦，他在掉那个哦，掉大家哦。你看他法师有3只，然后圣骑有2只。表示那都是他们测试的角色，所以法师最早会改3个系，然后亚马改2个。 哎，我怎么没看到死灵
Barb. Sorry to break it to you, but I'm not showing anything Barb related. Nothing Barb related.
哎，这什么？无限鉴定之书。
Alright, chat, we made a little change here. To be fully transparent, I increased the chance to spawn by 100x. Just to show on stream, so they won't be this common. I basically made it auto spawn. But we've added 2 new prefixes into the pool. One is faster cast rate, which rolls 4 to 6 and 6 to 8, depending on the tier. And one is increased attack speed, which rolls 4 to 6 or 6 to 8 depending on the tier. These values may change. Okay, these are kind of a little bit spitbally. They may change. But
这个是攻击速度吗？它新增的词缀啊。这
No, I have to pick them up.
哇，那等于小胡这些可以拿攻速了。 哇，那有趣了哦！它又强化物理系了哦。
Currently spawn at either 4 to 6 or 6 to 8 are the 2 tiers presently. The 4 to 6 is available at level 28, and the 6 to 8 is available at 48. Again, that may change. Once again, those are the tentative values. So, attack speed on charms, that is maybe 2 OP. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know. I guess we're gonna find out. The reality is, if you want to use attack speed or faster cast rate on charms, you are going to have to give up some damage. Because that's going to be damage that could be +%, max damage, a skiller, etc., right? So you're going to lose some damage in order to get it. Will it be OP? Will it not? I don't really know. But
丢满哦，丢满，我觉得不缺攻速哎。丢满我觉得还好，它不缺攻速。
Do Ice Charms work with shapeshift forms? No.
丢满的重点是便宜啊，它不像那个其他职业那么贵啊，便宜就可以玩。但是速刷图就普通啊。你转那个我上个赛季玩的那个近战的那个野蛮人双刀野蛮，可以打那个 T 网，还不错啊，刷图也快。只是造价贵一点点。
So yeah, again, it's a prefix. So.
对嘛，你如果要变到很强啊，很快哦，那个贵啊，贵到爆炸。
Correct. Yeah, you get like IS life or something, right? Or for example, FCR life, right? Maybe you should only roll 2 to 4% at max. Yeah, I don't know. Again, the values are tentative, right? Maybe we'll go 2 to 4 and 4 to 6. Maybe it'll stay 4 to 6, 6 to 8. I don't really know. These are kind of spitball values. I'm not like 100%. These are the values. Things may or may not change, right? Yo, it would be better if LE damage percent would roll with FCR. I think then it would be OP, right? So it's a trade-off, right? You're trading off some damage for breakpoints. So yeah, we'll kind of play with it, right? 4 is too weak. Well, if we did 2 to 4 and 4 to 6, it would be that the low affix, so the level 28 one would be 2 to 4, and the high one would be 4 to 6, right? So it would technically be 2 to 6 if we went that. It's not currently that. It's 4 to 8 currently. So it would be a reduction of 2% if we did that. Again, I'm not saying we are. But yeah, we'll have to kind of play with it, right? You get 160% FCR and IS if you fill all 20 slots. Yeah, but you have no charms, right? So you could cap out your FCR with your inventory, but then you have no charms, right? So yeah, it'll be
有高斯的词缀吗？如果有高斯的词缀就好了呢。
And you know,
那我要玩心灵珍宝4了呢。
If we run it for a season, and you know the implications of it being
那小
negative,
总府如果有那个高斯词缀，我要玩心灵珍宝4了。
One of the great things about a seasonal game is that nothing has to be permanent. You can experiment with some things, and you know if you don't like it, you take it away, right? So it's gonna be a fun little thing to mess around with. It's a perfect item when you only need a few to hit a BP. Yeah, exactly. So it'll be kind of thing. 100% that's cooks things for LLD. I'm sure you'll be fine. I feel like it might be better to start with lower IS and increase as needed. People don't like having power taken away once they have it. You're not wrong, but I also don't care about taking power away. I think people who've been around PD2 long enough know that I have no problem.
有呢，我第7群所有高斯词缀。不用考虑了，我们新赛季大家来玩心灵震爆4。哦，又硬又快又无脑，然后又便宜。
I don't think so, no, because the reality is people are tooltip obsessed, and these charms will overall either be roughly the same tooltip damage or potentially maybe even lower. It kind of depends, right? You might just be getting more utility and less pure damage, right? It's not going to be a tooltip power creep is the thing, right? It's either going to be like you're moving where certain things happen, right? Like instead of a skiller and an SC, you suddenly have 2 of these to hit a breakpoint. But now you can socket another jewel in your gear that would typically be needed for an IS jewel or something, right? So it's mostly just shuffling around where you're getting certain things from, right? it's making things more modular, right? So that's gonna be whether we're gonna have to keep an eye on how good the balance is on that modularity, and that's where the number tweaking is gonna come into play, right? Obviously, but the general concept is it's the same kind of idea as corruptions, right? Corruptions add a modular layer that allows you to shuffle where you're getting certain things from, right? And it's kind of the same concept. It's a give or take. So we'll kind of mess with it, right? A large farm with IS and FCR is good to get breakpoints, but it's probably not biz items for sure. Yeah, it might not, you know. So 8% FCR seems okay. 2 of them I take a lot of damage off, but I can get a 15% breakpoint. Yep. You just exploded Gen Chat on Discord. I don't usually look at Gen Chat during a stream, but you know, I'll take a quick peek just for shits and giggles. Are people going nuts about it? That's funny. Yeah, we'll see how it goes, right? Will level they start dropping again? I believe it's currently 28 and 48, I believe. It's the exact same levels as the T2 and T3 plus % LE damage mods. And again, that may or may not change. It's just kind of what I put for now. Just kind of following the same thing as the plus % mods. You have like a YouTube channel where you upload VODs? No, but they'll be uploaded on the on my Twitch channel, so you can watch it here. I think I don't know if I have the rewind feature, but I think you can even rewind the stream live or like go back and watch it live. So if you want to do that, it's also an option. All right, chat, we got 2 more changes to show today. One of them is very, very big. When do you think of starting season 12? We're going to announce the date next Saturday. And it'll give me a notification for the rewind thing. You can rewind if you sub chat. Is that how it works? Or are you trolling? I actually don't know how it works because I haven't been on the platform for a while. It's a small patch, by the way. Small patch, Kappa. Hey, listen, I'm glad that you guys are already doing small patch Kappas because it means we've done a good job at making an efficient amount of content as a quote-unquote smaller patch. Quote-unquote. It means we're doing a good job. Team's killing it. That's what I'm getting out of that. You know? Under promise, over deliver. That's exactly it. Always under promise and over deliver. That's what I've learned, you know. Just keep telling people small patches and then let them be surprised when it's not, you know.
你如果多一件裤子，我是觉得有点太强了。法师。
All right, chat. This is
看一下
a little bit of a different change. Actually, you know what?
机车嘞，它要关掉了。
We're not on new sword. Uriel's ex-wife. Yeah. It's character from.
不是要来个破抗版。
Character from a character showcase.
有破抗的话，就来玩法师了。
Log in. All right, chat. So we have added faster block rate to Shiver Armor.
什么意思？
So Shiver Armor now gets
那个来对
10%
照一下。
base plus 2% per base point. Faster block rate. So if you go 50 hard points, again, it's only scaled by base points. So it will require you to invest. But you can get up to 50% faster block rate if you max it.
增加快速的那个打击回复。哦。
Alternatively, you can also go Chilling Armor, which is 6% successful block chance.
增加格挡成功率哦。
So it's a multiplier with 1% additional per.
增加6点的格挡成功率哦。
Oh. Up to 25% successful blockchains.
哦，法师硬硬的啦，懂了啦，现在七玩法师玩比法了啦。
Maybe you don't want to invest fully into block. You can just get some free block rate on what you do, or you can kind of commit more to the block. It's kind of what you want to do, right?
没有啊，这个是 PD2 啦，那个暗黑二模组吧。
How does it work with chance to block?
那个这个有固定在开新赛季跟那个跟更新呐，不会像那个 D2 啊，那个开新赛季啊都没更新，在那摆烂。这个会出新装备啊，新的技能平衡啊，然后新的终局网啊，还有做那个羽图给你玩，就那个类似 POE 的那个刷图机制。哦，还有加冰箱。好啦，下赛季玩法师啊。
Oh yeah, you're alright. There's a typo successful.
光是这个下去应该会蛮硬的了。
Gaslighting me? Successful doesn't have 2 L's, does it? Am I stupid?
点满是加25的格挡哎。
Successful? Are you gaslighting me? I'm googling it.
它这个画质比原版好，
It is missing an S.
画质是比原版的还好很多。啊，没有 D2 啊那么漂亮。
Yeah, there's a typo though. Here, one sec. I'll fix it.
啊，新赛季要开始了，现在在新赛季的那个直面会。哎呀，就放假就晚一点再睡了，看一下。
That's what I get for changing a name string at like 4 a.m.
哇，法师硬硬的嘞。兵法改强啦、防御机制给你的啊，那个冰封甲，然后剑带有暗金的剑带了、啊，然后剑带分3阶，一样就是普通、进阶啊，还有精英啊，然后每一种阶级的剑带有2种，法师目前看到改暴风雪啦，然后冰封甲这2个啦，啊，其他还没看到、啊，目前讲到这里。那个是格挡成功率25%，那个我看得懂，加25%格挡成功啊。然后上面这个是50%的快速恢复啊，啊最好2个可以一起放啊哈，以前只可以选1个嘛，2个可以一起放，我一定完爆法师，我跟你讲。
Block is missing an L. Alright, now you're just trolling me.
我他妈的一定玩冰熊法给你看。
Can we get notes on that change? I'll make sure to add it.
哦啊，他这里命中又有这个在哦，他有做冰的那个强化。
There's no way you could ever AI code on Diablo 2. You need to like
就
create.
看他嘛，看他怎么改啊。
Scrape the game and learn how to code the game. It's so fucking Diablo is so inconsistent. I think the inconsistencies with Diablo code alone would probably just break AI. AI would gaslight us into thinking.
终于讲到技能改动了。
It has been known to do that. All right, chat. We have one more change to show today, and it is a super banger. Probably the cream. This is one that I wanted personally for a long time.
不是这个版本，不是浴火重生。
Because you know it's only been possible for. Well, I know I have wanted it for a long time, even before some other changes. This for me. This is a chef's kiss for me.
你如果真的要玩，你可以加 DC 群啊，我的那个编辑简介里面有啊，那个可以里面有教学。
Actually, no, we'll show it next.
应该有吧？看一下。
Thanks for hanging out, though. No, I'm just kidding. Wherever.
我看看。
I'm just kidding.
我点一下看他能不能。
I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. We'll show you. Shit.
哦，要用那个 Google
All
开
right,
才
chat,
可
here we
以。
go. Big new feature.
D5有应该也不太会买了啦。那第一次搞成这样，每季都养稳。我不知道3天就腻了。 哎，我是不是要改一下封面了？我来看这个那
Wait a
只
second
狗
for
被
you
亲
all
了，
to guess a little bit.
人家不知道这里面在玩什么。
We have added the ability to search items and stats. So if you want to search shadow, I can see, oh, there it is. Shadow. And if I go to a different tab, I can see, oh, the only tab that actually has it is my one tab. These are all grayed out. So my only shadow items are on here. Oh, okay. Okay. Okay.
哦，快速搜索啦。
Okay. I want something.
靠呀，快速搜索，我们中文的又不能用。
Something with fire. I'm just gonna search fire. Okay. So I have fire items on these tabs. Okay. I see. Move the work in progress text a bit. Oh, okay. Is that hiding it? 1 second. Let me move the work in progress text. I'll just hide that for the moment. Make it easier for you guys to see. So nice little change. Lets you search for different things. Figure out what you want. Better search engine than Google.
哎，忘记我是截荧幕了，我在那看那个。
We get item filter tag searching too. You sound like AI? That's because I am AI. That's a great thing about AI.
那个是中局的键，你要打 T2 的暗黑才有。
That's the best part. Benefits of no face cam. Can you search ISED or do you have to search speed damage? You have to search the physical text. So what the text says is what you have to search. So if I search passive, you can see passive. If I search
可以吧？
Doom,
不过
you can see I search Doom, right?
因为复仇升级被改烂的，所以这一把拿起来没有那么强啊，爆干贵的，这一把爆干贵的。
You gotta search shortcut. You know, that's a good idea. I'll put in a feature request. Search shortcut is a good idea.
正在筹备暗黑五物资不够，怎么可能？他妈暴雪有的是钱。
Whether it happens or not, no promises. You're up to the will of Canite on that one. Canite wizarded this out. Can we get an option to outline items according to their rarity? Sets equals green, uniques equal gold, etc., etc. That's not currently something we have. You do the same for charms on the trade site. You do the same for charms on the trade site. What do you mean by that?
这个我说真的，玩家自制的这个绝对会比暴雪自己做的好玩的。暴雪那一些人已经不玩游戏了，做得出来的东西，怎么可能可以玩
？Searching for skillers. You can already search for items on the trade site, though. Oh, I see what you're saying.
有没有挤牙膏？根本不给玩呐、
Or the stats. I'm a bit confused because you can already do that.
你看那暗黑4玩3天就好无聊，不知道干嘛了。
Or I'm not entirely sure what you mean. It's the same way you'd search affixes for any other item, right? Like you just search the base and then you search the stat, right? Search for skill tree, it has a drop down. Yeah. Honestly, if nothing changed next season, I'd still
对啊，你看暗黑2人家一个那个3个玩家自己改的模组可以做出这么多东西，然后他一个改版，人家就一堆流派可以想出来可以玩，就表示这个基底多好。暗黑3、暗黑4那个就你这个赛季就玩这个流派啊，其他就大概那样了。 然后大家都抄一样的装啊，玩起来就大概就
So
这
if
样
you，want to be part of
也
that,
不会强，
tune in
反
on
正就
November 6th.
无
It's
趣的。
mostly going to be a really casual, just kind of have fun with the community stream. We'll do like a little bit of feedback Q&A. We'll talk probably about some of the dev stream stuff from today and just changes people want to see in general. We'll probably do a little bit of character showcase stream for anyone that submits a character or wants to submit a character. We'll do a little bit of PD2 Battle Royale with people from chat. And we're also going to do a raffle where we pick 5 people from chat. Those 5 people who are selected, 1 for each year, will get to choose a unique item in the game and a color. And that unique item in the future will have a small, rare chance to drop as the new color they've chosen. So if you choose purple Shaco, then in the upcoming seasons, there'll be a rare chance for Shaco to drop purple, and that'll be the anniversary edition. And five people will be chosen from that stream who will choose 5 items, and those will be in the game. So
再看一下，还没有到该起飞，只是变硬一点点而已。法师是真的软啊，然后它问题点不只有软，还有回抹回血的问题，还有抗性问题、破抗问题，问题很多哎，不只有那样而已。你看那电法刚刚出一个剑带，按那个剑带35%几率会放那个40几的静态立场，那你等于可以带第一张的小妹去破电抗的。
Why are they all gray? Blue Templars might Keck W.
啊，兵法你现在用什么破？它好像没有那个破抗的东西，目前。
You can't pick the same color. Come on.
你无限就它无限削弱嘛，信念削弱啊，削弱你就没有办法破冰抗啊，就一定还有手段才可以啊。
Well, you have any of the devs in the anniversary stream? It'd be cool to hear them too. They want to. I don't know if they
看一下它破抗的破除免疫，冰冻的只有信念、降低抗性跟极地风暴3招可以破。
We pick boss items as
这
well.
里这3个，
I'm gonna say no to boss.
你看电的可以用静态立场破。
That doesn't seem like that seems like
啊，火的是地狱之火，只有德鲁伊的。猛毒花砍这也德鲁伊的。
That's a bit much, you know. We'll have to blacklist the boss items.
哎呀，没有破门版啊！那如果等一下宣布有破门版，我就完了啦。有破门版，那个你玩冰封球伤害是在的，冰封球的伤害是 OK 的啊。问题就是遇到冰免你就完全没有手段。它不像火把，你陨石下来有那个物理伤跟那个火焰伤2个东西。
I'm picking green Shaco. Could you imagine some guy?
他火系的都有送你一个物理伤啊，像德鲁伊的火山也有物理伤，所以他也不怕那个火免。
We get the drop rates for colored items compared to regular. Yeah, we haven't decided on the drop rates yet. I want them to be rare, but not
电法是容易破
really
抗。
rare, so I don't know. It'd probably be like
有头蛇哦，有
1 in
头蛇我没
100 or
点，
1 in
我看一下。
250 or something. I don't know. Something that's like rare but not like unachievably rare. I'm not sure. We'll have to kind of spitball the numbers around. Decide what we're going with, but yeah, we'll put out the.
有头蛇没有，它只有火伤，就是它有撞下来那一下的会送你那个啦，那个物理伤啦。你看，陨石这个就是物理伤，然后火焰伤，然后持续伤害，啊，这只有火焰伤。火球也只有火焰伤，
Thanks for your first time chat. You are now.
其他都只有火焰伤，就陨石啊。哦，地狱之火是法师的哦，那这个也可以破啊。
First and last chat. Thanks for coming. There's the door. My internet crashed when you said, how are you going to pick those 5 people? Can you please repeat? That's going to happen on the stream on November 6th. So on November 6th, We will do a PD2 community stream, and we'll make a post in Discord as well, telling people to sign up for the raffle, yada yada yada. Yeah. Map pack not allowed in PD2? No, you will get banned. It's a good way to lose your account though. That's Lori with the 10 gifted to Johnny Tuna, Mr. Not Prepared.
现在在抽奖是不是啊？
Dude. Lorenziano, Barnick, Plaz is here, Sam Sachs, Chunkalot, and Shocking VC. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Would you ever consider making so you can cube 3 puzzle pieces into a puzzle box? Probably not. I get asked this a lot actually. The reason why I'm so against combining puzzle pieces into a puzzle box is that the primary purpose of puzzle pieces is to be very disposable, right? They're intended to be very disposable. The moment you can save them up for something of higher value, they are no longer super disposable. They are, I'm going to FOMO hold on to them to cube them up. That's what they become. That's how people are. That's just literally, that's how people function, you know? That's just how people are, right? It's the same concept. It's the same concept as PoE, right? If you play PoE and you find an Exalted Orb in a game, in a playthrough, or a Chaos Orb, you're not going to use that during your playthrough. You're going to save it, right? Until you get to endgame, right? And that's also why in PoE 2 they've now added like tiered versions, right? Like if you look at the new updates on PoE 2, they have like low, middle, high end versions of Chaos Orbs now. Like there's 3 versions of Chaos Orbs, there's 3 versions of etc, right? Yeah. Yo, Rushton, appreciate that. Dopeness is underway. Appreciate that. Thank you.
我看他们那边写说好像11月8号会公布。
There was a recent P2 Reddit post on being able to cover rune words. What are your thoughts? I think it's a little too much power creep myself.
目前这样写啦，说不定等一下就会讲了，不确定。
Rune words is necessary as a currency sink because rune words, in theory, corrupt themselves by rolling poorly. So if there's ever a point where it's like we need more rune word sinks, in my opinion, the answer is to add more ranges or increase the ranges so that they roll poorly. Is the reality of it. If you wanted to go that route, otherwise you're just doing it for the sake of power creep, right? Or because you really want to corrupt them. Revolution Wep, I appreciate that. Are you happy with the P-Box drop rate from last season, or is it too common / rare? I'm curious what your guys' opinion is. How do you guys feel about the current P-Box drop rate now that we buffed it? Do you guys feel like it's too rare? Do you feel like it's too uncommon still? How do you feel? It's really good, too common, too often. I never found one. Feels the same. Happy still feels rare. Way too often. I always need more. Good, slightly too common. It was decent. It's fine. Feels fine. Feels the same. It's perfect. I think it's perfect. Too rare. I always need more. Again, I feel like I'm getting a very good mix of all the answers.
这一季目前看到现在主要强化就弓马，只是装备我跟你讲一定贵。
It's probably pretty good.
装备一定贵啊！你看上个赛季我们刚玩的恶魔机器才多少钱？6栋的高 ED 的才多少？5栋啊，5栋。
I actually made a post about this. There was a big post talking about the state.
自从我们开始推坑恶魔机器亚马刷土之后，你看那个价格是怎么飞升的？
My honest take on set items is I think set items
居然还可以在季末的时候，恶魔机器的价格往上飙，你看有多少钱？正常来说，那个价格应该会跌到不行。
Yeah, I appreciate that, guy Zodiac. So one of the reasons why I think set items are bad design is 2 things. One, set items are commonly one of 2 things. They're either a progressional set or they're an endgame set, right? Those are typically the 2 categories. Now, let's talk about the issues with both.
其实我刚买的时候好像10WSS 还是15啊，5栋的高 ED 的，啊，到后面直接变 EHR 以上。
Secondary or third runs, right? And the reason behind that is that the reality is, unless you absolutely fucking shower people in an insane amount of set drops, they will never accumulate a full set in a singular playthrough, right? You would have to rain hell
还在抽奖
on them
啊！
with every set in the game so that they get the one they want. You know, you'd have to give them like 4 full sets so that the 1 of 4 is the one they want to wear, right? So that in itself is a problem because you cannot give them to them on a natural playthrough, right? One of the problems with Diablo 2 specifically is a lot of the weight of sets is in the full set bonus, right? Which is something I've kind of been moving away slowly over time and shifting the full set bonuses more and more into the individual items.
不用啦，恶魔机器，我跟你讲，根本不用拿到那么多洞的，有个3洞都可以用。
Yeah, appreciate that. Glad you're still having fun.
它主要伤害又不是在恶魔机器本身，
set items reduce
它主要伤害在小版、大版，
by
还有那个其他的
taking
点
up
上。
large amounts of slots, right? And that's why I personally believe if I was ever to create a game that did include
啊，
sets,
不用
although
啊
I'm kind，of
不
not
需要，
really
没
into
意义啊。
sets, I don't
那
think
40
sets
趴，
should
你
ever
看
go
用上
above
去，那伤害才多少而已。
because at 2 to 3 pieces, it's somewhat potential to get the full set, and it doesn't take up too many itemization.
我就有测试过拿
You have sets
没
that take
动的
up
跟
5 slots, etc.
见
Right?
顶
That
的
takes almost- that
动
takes
的
up
啊
basically
塞
half
满
of your
40
itemization. And by taking up half your
你如果
itemization,
说
it's
塞
very
大小伤的
There's
boss，那个
a
就真的
reason
有差。
why
那个
PoE
叠上去
does
就有
not
差了。
have
按
sets, and why Diablo 3
该
is
40
ruined by
ED 的那
sets.
个
And
其
that's
实都还
because
好。
sets
啊，问
easily
题是
either become
那个角色
too
就只是拿来刷图
and
而
then
已，
reduce player choice,
用那么
or
好
become
没意义的。
underperforming and feel like too much of a hassle to acquire. And there isn't really that much of a middle ground in between. It's typically either one or the other, right? And so that's why I'm a firm believer that sets shouldn't be gigabiz. Sets should be something that's more entry level. It's something you acquire throughout your playthrough, maybe trade for cheap. You wear it, it's entry level. You eventually replace it for more interesting.
还在抽奖啊，是不是该睡觉了？
I don't really try to push sets all the way to the end game gigabiz, right? BK swords, yeah. BK swords are a great example of how I think sets should be more primarily. Something I've also thought about in the past is actually I've actually thought about removing full set bonuses as a concept and instead making it so that
好了，看到4
a
点了，
full set
真的要
bonus
睡
is
了。
always acquired at 3 pieces, but at maybe
我原本想说他应该会播个2个小时而已，
and the
结
remaining
果
power
一
is
播给你
split
播
amongst
3个
the
小
items.
时，还
So
还
if
没
you want
播
the
完
full。set power, you need to wear all 5 pieces. If you want the full quote-unquote set bonus, you have to wear 3 of the pieces, right? That's something I've kind of played with internally as an idea, just as a way to make them more modular. So you only need to wear 3 of the pieces, but you get less power from a set bonus than you would previously from a 5-piece kind of thing. And that way, you kind of like, you can wear a partial set for the full set bonus, but if you want all the parts, you get the full bonus, right? So it's not something I've like completely sold on anything, but it is something I've been kind of thumbing in the back of my head internally, especially since that last Reddit topic that I was involved in talking about sets. Because I'm a firm believer, like I said, that the concept of sets becomes very flawed beyond 2 to 3 pieces, right? But yeah, there's also obviously a lot of implications, things like that. But that concept that I just explained is, I think, something that you could very easily implement and probably balance very easily, because you basically you consider how many pieces are left, right? Like if it's 3 of 6, for example, right? Then you assume that you only want half the full bonus, and then you disperse that half remaining power of the full set bonus amongst the 6, right? So I think there's ways to go about it. But yeah, it's not something, again, that I've committed to or anything. It's just something that I think is interesting to think about. I don't know much about you, but have you or are you ever considering making your own ARPG? I'm actually currently developing my own RPG game as of right now. I am actually actively developing my own RPG. It's not an ARPG, but it is an RPG. I guess it depends what you consider an ARPG. It's not a top-down isometric ARPG like Diablo, but it is an RPG game though. Yeah. Very cool. You seem great for this. I'm a game designer, not a programmer, so it depends what you mean by that. You gotta remember, PD2 is made by a team of people that all specialize in different things, and they complement each other very well, right? So,
为什么会推播这个东西？
there are definitely some challenges in doing it by myself, right?
以前有多惨，现
But
在就
that
多
being
暗。
said, if anyone is like a Giga Chad Unreal programmer, or like a super great level designer or animator who works in Unreal and is interested in working on a project for revenue share, because I can't actually pay you, you have to be paid revenue share.
哦，他抽奖也太拖时间了吧？
Is
真的要休息了，快点，快
definitely
点，快
trying
点！
to get this game out.
多一个奖抽超过半个小时。
When starts season 12, we're gonna announce that next Saturday. Yeah, next Saturday.
明天再看懒人包。
Okay. We'll do a quick recap, chat, and then I'll set you all free. All right.
他是有听到我讲话是不是啊？刚讲完他又切回来了。
Yeah, wait. I actually. I'm not gonna lie, my mouth's getting dry again. I'm not used to talking this much anymore. And I don't stream.
机车的又要播新的了。
I'll let you guys spam a little. Thanks for the prime. I appreciate you, Josh. I'm gonna grab a drink super fast, and then we're gonna do a recap. I'll be right back real quick. All right, I'm back. All right, let's do a quick recap, chat. It's gonna be a fairly quick recap. I won't stall too hard for you. Make it easier for you to follow along. So we've done a couple things. Arrows are getting a massive rework. Arrows are being reworked to have normal, exceptional, and elite bases, similar to other items in the game. They're going to have some implicits on them. So the arrows will have 2 max damage, 10 max damage, and 18 max damage on the normal, exceptional, and elite bases. This will upgrade when you upgrade them. So if you use a cube recipe to go from normal to exceptional, it'll gain an additional 8 max damage on the implicit. Crossbows are having the implicit fizz pierce removed from them, and that's being migrated over to quivers. And that'll be done at a value of 2%, 4%, and 6%. On the normal, exceptional, and elite quivers. Wait, we can up white bases? Am I tripping? No, but you can up rares, you can up magics, you can, the same as other items, right? Or uniques, I mean. Same as other shit, right? You can't have magics? Yeah, that's why I corrected myself. Not magics, but yeah, that's... That's just me fucking mumbling on. Ignore the magic part. Although, to be fair, we could add a recipe for that. I don't really see anything wrong with that. I don't really know why you would do it, but I'm also not against it at the same time. So part of those changes as well is that we have made it so that the arrows... Oops, that's not the one I want. The arrows can now roll with colors as well. So rare affixes will now dye the colors of the arrows, right? So yeah, arrows will now be dyed colors based on the affixes instead of just always being the default color. They can also now roll sockets. So normal arrows can roll, or normal arrows or quivers can roll 1 socket. Exceptional and elite can have 2. It'll be 1 to 2 sockets based on normal to exceptional / elite.
有个词表哦，它之前有这么多词表吗？
Crafting recipes for arrows and quivers. Those will be revealed next stream. So if you want to tune in next stream. We've added some new unique arrows and bolts. I'll just kind of hover over them quickly here because there's quite a few. There's Ram Fodder, which is a level 8 bolt. Balefire, level 14 arrow. Anvil Guard Strap. Swiftwind Needles. Shatterhead. Tomb Song. Basilisk's Quill. Bannerlord's Call. Doom's Finger, Abyssal Ward, Aetherwing, and Frozen Sorrow. A111, thanks for the prime, appreciate you. How works the sockets? Like shields? Correct, yeah, they currently work like shields. Yeah. But you say runewords will exist in quivers? Yes. We haven't created a pool yet of what we will and won't. I don't know if we're going to use any of the current runewords in quivers or not. It might only be completely new runewords, but we're gonna kind of figure it out as we go, right? So we'll kind of decide what we want to do with that. I have not finished the runeword aspect. That's something I'm gonna be working on this week. So if you guys have any feedback, comments, ideas with the runewords, feel free to drop in the Discord and drop things in the feedback channel. Because this week I'm gonna be kind of in the think tank for the runeword aspect. Can you P-box the uniques? Yeah. You think 5% max deadly on low weapon sockets is a bad idea? I think 5 might be a little bit high. 5 might be a little high. It's not a terrible idea. Like 2% would probably be more like, I think, realistic, but I don't know. I think 5 is a little high on top of getting the deadly strike as well. I don't know. I probably have to mess with it a bit more. You think we could be able to change multiple maps rarities at the same time? Not really, no. Not with the way the cube currently supports. No.
我要转圈圈啊
Art of PK OG. Appreciate that with the prime. Sorry, I'm just started thinking about things now. Got me thinking. We'll show some more stuff real quick here. We have added IES.
我怎么又在讲同样的东西？有啊，他那是暗金剑带啊。
And faster cast rate, that may change. They are a prefix.
然后这是
So something to keep in
攻
mind
速
is they
跟
are a
高斯
prefix
的那
mod.
个护符啊，新
And
增
values
的
may or may
下
not
个赛季
change,
新
right?
增的。
Something to keep in mind. Can we get rid of the filler fluff for upgrading maps to rare, like jewels, runes, and gems? No, because that's integral to what makes the system so good, in my opinion. The fact that there's crafting involved in the map thing is
就专属暗金剑带了，就暗金装的啦。
economic
它鉴定出来就是会有不同的装备了。
There's like there's a lot of side effects that happens from
它固定词条啊，但是会有互动的那个，
to be honest.
就类似你如果鉴定出泰瑞尔啦，啊，有的时候会鉴定出力量凯这样，两种。
I'm a firm believer.
他是在复习之前改的，是不是啊？不要再复习啦，改的话叫他们去看重播啊。
I just dump the junk runes and call it a day. Yeah, exactly. You that's the part of it though, right? Is that based on what you're doing, you allocate resources, right? So if you really want to use your S and tiers for crafting, then you save your S and tiers for crafting. You use your other resources, right? It's resource allocation. And it also means that some people can sell those, etc., right? It's player agency and player decision making, right? Which I think is important for games. It also adds a ton of value to all these items that were useless normally, right? Do runes affect the map crafting process? No, you can use anything you want. You can use any rune. Matter. We've added faster block rate per level onto Shiver Armor, as well as it has base chance as well. So It's now 10% base with plus 2% per base point. So if you got it from O skill, you'll get 10%. If you're investing hard points, you get 10% plus 2% per base point. So that's anywhere from 10 to 50%, depending on if you're a Sorc or non-Sorc. The chilling armor had a similar treatment. It's got percentage chance for successful block chance with 1% additional per base level. So that again can go up to 25%. Are you going over recap? Yep, we're going over recap. We also changed Blizzard so that Blizzard now creates an AoE damage instance when the projectiles hit the ground. So previously it would hit the ground and make these little graphics, but those graphics were strictly visual. Now those graphics actually kind of show where the damage is landing. So when you cast Blizzard now, it'll be way more consistent on hitting things, and it'll actually land and create little AoE. Every time you cast, right? So it's much more consistent than it was previously. Big buff to Blizzard functionality. Can you block if you're using chilling armor, or can you block with chilling armor if you're using a staff or only a shield? Only a shield. Staves can't block. Can it shotgun now? Like it does more damage? If things are directly on top of each other, it could do a little bit of shotgunning, yeah.
暴风雪很好用哎，它可以风筝那个终局的王哎。
That is potentially something that could happen, yeah. We've changed it so that the Anya quest in Act 5 in Hell mode, instead of giving you 1 map on completion, it will now give you 3 maps.
不弱呢，它落在生存机制啊，然后回血回抹跟
a new character
跟那
or you're
个
on a ladder
后
set,
免疫而已
you have a lower chance of, you know, bricking that first map by just getting super unlucky. It'll also kind of give you a little bit more of a map pool to kind of pick and choose what map you want to go for. Maybe one of them's easier for you, maybe one of them's harder, whatever, right? But you'll have 3 random maps that you can now kind of struggle through and hope you get some sustain, right? We're also changing it so that the corrupted zones now have a higher chance to drop tier 1 maps. So, you know, a lot of people have said like, well, if I get super unlucky and I don't get sustain somehow, you know, and I lose my 1 Anya map, then I struggle with sustain. So these 2 changes in combination should kind of alleviate that issue completely, right? You're going to have 3 maps now, 3 tier 1 maps from Anya, which, let's be real, you're probably going to sustain regardless through those 3 tier 1s. But in the odd chance you get super unlucky, you can go back to corrupted zones and they'll have a little bit of an increased chance to drop tier 1 maps. So there's just a little bit of something going on there, right? I think it was my first season playing PD2, but I stayed in LOD stuff for so long. I had like 50 maps before I entered my first map. Oh, nice. Are you guys adding the 10 faster hit recovery suffix back in the mod pool for boots? Yeah, we did add the 10 FHR suffix back in the mod pool. How many dev streams are we getting this preseason? There might be less than normal because it's gonna be a smaller patch. But we're gonna make a post next Saturday when we specify the release date, and then you'll kind of get some more information on that. You were talking about set item change. We'll be changing up the set items this coming season. I don't know or not. Again, that was just something I was kind of throwing out there, like letting you guys know some of my thoughts internally. It's not something that I've kind of made an action point or like wrote down as something I want to do, but it's just something I've kind of been thumbing in the back of my mind. So sometimes it's just nice on these dev streams to kind of explain my logic and my thought and things I'm thinking about and see what you guys think and kind of talk a little bit about that kind of stuff, right? So then the last thing that I think we haven't covered so far, we went through the arrows, we talked about the FCR and IS on large chunks, we talked about the Blizzard rework, we showed the Shiver and Chilling Armor, we talked about the Anya rewards and the increased chance of T1 drops in corrupted zones. So the last thing that we have not gone over on this dev stream, or dev stream recap rather, is that we have added the ability to search item names and stats in your stash. So you could search like key, you could search charm, you could search skill, whatever you want to do. And it also highlights which tab has items of that kind. So if the item contains text, you could search lidless, right? And then you can see my lidless is on this page. You could search lightning, and you can see I got lightning stuff on all these tabs.
现在讲了1个多小时啊。
This is a big change for me. For me personally, this is a big W. Except by you to GOAT? No, the PD2 team's the GOAT. I am just a sheep in the herd.
啊，在5分钟他没有讲新的东西，真的要关了。
I absolutely love these quality life
那
changes.
是第一次主持吗？怎么节奏会拉成这样？正常来说，你看那个 iPhone 4，他那个界面，他那个新改版的内容，我嘛讲个2-3个小时被骂死了，后面都变聪明了。
No, please.
对啊，讲重点就好了。
For future search, please. And they were like, no, I think we should like do something with this that's nice for this.
因为他有说11月6号才是 Q&A， 这一季就是讲要改动的。现在这个直播就是讲要改动的东西而已。
I was very pleasantly surprised to see it get slipped in.
啊，他现在就一直在 Q&A。
Yeah, big one. Amazing, I thought Kanye left, he ended up staying, or do I have confused with a different dev? He just kind of like, you know.
你要人家追你的这个呀，你如果其他区域就算了，而且我相信其他区域3个小时也没有人会看这么一点东西啦。我说实在话了，你除非是那种始终的粉丝啊。
More like allocation of free time, right?
3个小时啊，就讲这么一点点内容。
We've been casually ramping down or trying to ramp down over time. We're not good at it, but we've been casually trying to ramp down over time. Kind of like I mentioned earlier, I'm personally trying to develop my own standalone game. So even though I still work on PD2, and I'm currently taking a break from focus on PD2. I'm trying to make that more a primary focus in my life than working on PD2 in general, right? Because the reality is I'm